Done and done. Do a little modern league today. Yep, we're playing with Jeskai. Alright, now we're getting all caught up. Alright, well, we got the same deck from yesterday. Should be good to go. You 5-0'd with this deck yesterday. That was a sweet one. This is the deck that we're rocking today. Yeah, we'll 5-0 pretty easy. I got a match. Looks like I gotta play. Join do. If I have mana problems, I'm gonna be unhappy. Yeah. Looks like I'm on the draw, so already unlucky. This is a slow hand, but I'm gonna keep it because it's good against turn 1 answers and Solitude. I can picture this to Fairy and it's got land, so lead off, grab this, probably grab Triumph, assuming that we don't need to use this immediately. Well, my opponent goes Forest, and it makes me pretty happy, so if they just go basic Forest and don't do anything, I have a huge chance, dog. Yeah. So this matchup is certainly not easy. This is, yep. This is the times that I would want cards like Spreading Seas. I don't have that anymore. Pick up that, yeah. So it's just a Titan deck. We don't have a great hand for it. Triumph. Better. Halls and Sego. I'm hoping this is going to get better because right now the way this is playing out is farts. Gruul Turf. And he's going to probably play a Zusa here, which this needs to take care of so he doesn't get out of hand. Most likely it's a Zusa. Yep. So honestly, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, that's that. Alright, so he's going to probably put the Forest back into his hand. He's got Primeval type mana by a billion, so we know he's got Forest in hand and 2 blanks. Certainly in a bad spot without Counterspell. If I draw a counter spell, I think I play it. This card makes me feel better. Well, either way, we're just going to slam it to Fairy. Put the Azusa back in his hand. Maybe I... Okay. The Wanderer could be good. I'm not sure how good it's going to be against Primeval Titan. I'm hoping I get in a position where I can use the Solitude. I can hard cast it rather than whatever it is I plan on doing here. Okay. Yeah, without Amulet, that is true. When they don't play Amulet, you're pretty happy because the explosiveness is kind of just like, yeah, you got a bunch of lands. It's funny you didn't have a forest. His hand's Forest, Azusa, Primeval Titan, something. Alright, so he's going to get hella lands. And I have to assume... Is there a way for me to do that? I don't think so.
You're fine because you can't swing in this turn.
No, I know. I'm okay, not fine.
Oh yeah, you should stream on here too, so I can see it in real time.
Okay, dog.
Nice.
Vesuva, Cavern. Yeah, I don't plan on countering anything. This is probably going to name human.
Anymore.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's all straight up removal from here on out.
Yeah.
Picking up the Cavern.
Weird.
Maybe he wants to name...
Try it.
Cultivator Colossus is something he could do.
That too.
We're not
Either way,
this.
it's looking okay because his hand's pretty weak right now. He needs to draw into an answer.
Forest, yeah, something relevant. He's going to gain 6, but he's got Azusa, Cavern of Souls, Forest in hand, and a blank. I don't know what the 4th card is.
And he would have played the big guy if it was that. I don't think he would have played Prime first.
Oh, I think you play Prime first.
Why?
It's a better card. Oh, so next turn we get to flash in the Wanderer, and then make a 2/2.
What's its -2?
So it's got -2, exile target tap creature. I gain 2 life, and then it can also -1 make a 2/2, and then +1 make a give target creature 1/1 counter. So you flash, if nothing happens, you flash in, make a 2/2, and then make it a 3/3 next turn with Vigilance, and you just kind of start going that beatdown route, and then this is something they have to respect. Yeah, like the card I'm looking out for is like Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the real way he beats you, I think.
Yep.
Hey, look.
Wow,
Fine, he got 3 mana.
Yeah, we're okay.
And he can't do what he needs to this turn. Unless he's got...
I can play this at instant speed too.
Yeah. Okay, now's when you play it.
He's got Azusa, Cavern.
Yeah, but he's just going to go get Prime and go to town. You kill it now.
Fair.
I was about to say, make sure that you're getting the right colors for that.
You have to.
That'd be pretty bad. So he's got 2, 4, 6, 7. He's gonna get his big guy.
He's casting he's gonna cast Primeval Titan, and then he's got Forest Cavern. So like, yeah, that's fine. It's not the best spot.
I still don't know if it's gonna be Prime, because he can play Cultivator right now.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes for Cultivator, that's fine too.
Because I don't think Primeval's gonna get him anywhere. Okay.
He might not be on that list. Some lists don't play Cultivator Colossus.
Well, if that's all he's got, I think he'll be okay, because he can just ferry it away next turn.
Yeah, tuck it.
Because again, he can't do anything right now.
He's gonna cast that in Azusa. Which again, I mean, he can make it his Azusa. Because the other one gives, I think, +1/+1 haste and vigilance. But again,
Yeah,
without
but it comes into play tapped. So
I know.
amulet, it's garbage.
I'm saying the following turn when I tuck, because I'm tucking this.
Yeah, but that's fine. If he kills Teferi, it is what it is.
Bring him back to
Or you
Teleria
can top
West.
deck real answers.
This Teleria West is gonna go get. He's got to pay for his pack next turn.
Yeah,
Get rid of
he's
this
got
turn his
tons of
pack.
mana.
That's fine. Blood Moon would be the bee's knees if I could draw it.
Any removal as well.
That's good.
Counterspell's good for Pact, but you can't keep up that mana, which sucks. I mean, you could, but like.
No, I
You
mean,
just lose.
yeah.
You gotta get white in there.
Hard way.
I thought you were gonna filter for fun.
No, it's too hard. Filtering is tough, man. I hate doing it.
So if he packs here,
He goes and gets
you're
the same
in a good
Titan.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in a good position because he's wasting one more of his spells on it.
Yeah.
I can't believe he isn't playing Cavern in order to avoid. I mean,
I've been tapped out, yeah.
Counterspell up,
Pay for your
but
pact.
but I would still be playing Cavern because it's not like he can't bounce it at any point in time.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he's gonna play Titan Azusa.
And
Plus-
he swing with Titan.
Yeah, he's got Cavern in hand. Azusa. He can't swing with the Titan this turn. Him not having amulets like the only reason I'm in this game.
He might be able to.
Let's see what he calls. What? Activate it or attack with it?
Yes.
Well, if he drew it, yeah.
If he gets a land here, a land that comes into play untapped, he can do it.
No, because the Titan searches and puts it into play tap, so it's like even if he does
I know. But what I'm saying is he can activate right now.
this doesn't give.
he has
It
a
does,
way to
that's not
get
the wrong.
one-
It's the wrong land. This is the one that gives double
that's
strike.
the double strike.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not the good one. I would have played differently. I would have played the Wanderer instead. But I think it giving haste and vigilance kind of counteracts this big time. Titan boy.
Well, you can always bounce it with Teferi and pray that he's too stupid to play his Cavern.
He might play the Cavern on the wrong thing. I don't know. I
That's
doubt
what I'm
it.
saying. I don't know. You never know. People can do bad things.
Slayer Stronghold.
Alright. There's that and that.
Okay. So I wonder if he's gonna bounce this back to his hand.
So you can play it.
Hold on. Shoot.
Yep.
I might be dead here.
No.
No, because the Azusa, yeah, I might be dead here. He gets to play Cavern. Well, he left 2 green in this pool, so that's good. Wait, he went and summoned his pact again? Wait,
No, you didn't play another one.
what did you just cast?
Nothing.
Oh, this targeted
It's just
this.
buffing him. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
just
I'm in.
gonna swing and get more lands, which is gonna do nothing for him right now.
Is one of these Teferis dying, or am I just going to 3?
I'd laugh so hard if he killed a Teferi instead. Also, he can't double up. He can't give a double strike. It's fine.
Ooh, those are bangers.
Yeah.
He's killing my big Teferi.
Wow. Well, I guess he can't take it at 3, so it doesn't matter that much.
I'm in a real bad spot here.
I mean, you bounce the thing, draw a card. Pray that he doesn't play Cavern, counter.
Darn.
That's bad. Wrong order. But it's fine. You just pass. Play a land and pass. And if he doesn't play Cavern, you'll get him.
I'm dead on board. What are you talking about?
If he doesn't play Cavern, you'll get him.
Okay, Jeffo.
I mean, that's you just gotta hope, right?
Sure.
If
Well,
he makes the mistake.
I could possibly make it 2-2.
Yeah, but he's got trample double strike.
Yeah. And the Double
We'll
Urza
see.
Saga is real rough.
There's part of me that's really hoping he's gonna make that mistake.
I still got to deal with
Well-
all these tokens that are
Yeah, I
coming
know,
in.
and you can't Supreme Verdict at instant unless you. Well, you
Is this a Titan?
What's he naming?
Titty,
Giant. Okay.
titty
there
boy.
you go. Now you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I was already pretty much dead.
But you should at least see if he's gonna be bad enough to let you counter.
He's been holding on to that Azusa for a minute.
He doesn't need to play it. He's already got all the lands he needs.
So if he goes, well, he can't kill because he doesn't have enough of this. So he can give this haste trample, and I go to 6. This is just.
Yep, and then you get to wipe the board the next turn.
Yep.
But he'll be able to make 2 guys that'll be 2/2s, putting you to 3.
Bigger than that because he gets to make 2 more of them.
Oh yeah.
Well, this doesn't give double strike. I'm only gonna take 8 here. I don't know why I thought I gave double strike. Maybe one day I'll have
The other one that he's got. I don't know why. Oh, because he wants the haste. Duh.
Yeah. Duh.
What's he gonna go get?
Oh, these are gonna get more lands. I don't know.
Are you gonna make a 2/2?
No. This has trample, so I will at the end of turn.
Less.
It's 11 and 13 aren't the difference. Once he gets double strike, it's 1 billion.
But if you're getting one at the end of the turn, Supreme Verdict's just gonna kill it. So you should have saved 2 life.
Good point. Or is it better to Castle Vantress? Because I'm going to Supreme Verdict anyways.
What are you trying to get?
You went and grabbed 2 Valakuts?
What are you trying to get?
Planeswalker.
Castle.
Like,
yeah,
that's
Castle
Teferi.
Vantress.
I'm going to do that.
Not even just Teferi, but you might be able to get to Solitude.
Yeah, that would be okay
and
too.
Have multiple plays.
Teferi's good. It's good.
Not in this situation.
I need a bot. Well, here's what I can do with it.
You can Supreme Verdict. See, that's the problem is you need a land.
Yeah, I need a land.
If you had another land, it'd be fine, but you
Let's
don't
top
have
this.
that. So you're gonna have to use your Supreme Verdict.
So these are gonna probably go get. What did he? He went and got 2 Valakuts. So I'm dead to Dryad now. All right.
Play Supreme, leave up 2 blue. Hope to draw into a second Supreme Verdict when. Yeah, it's. Because then you can counter his Dryad, you can kill his thing right now, and then you hope to draw another one so you can kill all of his guys next turn. That's your only game plan. Because you're going to take 8, go down to 3. Pray that he doesn't have any way to get Dryad Arbor. Or Dryad the Elysian.
I'm super dead. Never mind.
No, you're gonna be at 8.
No, this double strike's one of them.
Oh yeah, okay. Totally forgot about the land. I mean, either way, you were kind of screwed.
Aether Gust, Aether Gust, Aether Gust. Probably I want Wear Terror.
For what?
Hits his amulet and his Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Jay seems.
Oh yeah, Dryad. That's good. Jace is bad.
Chalice.
Get him
Awful.
out of here.
Outwardly March. Things cost 1 million, but.
Not. Wait, can I read March again?
It hits artifacts and it hurts sagas.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
leave
keep
that
it
in and get rid of Jace. Jace is too slow. The other ones actually do something for you.
Probably 1 Fire Ice. Just go like that. Yep. That's what we're gonna play.
Not a counter spell.
Counter spells are okay.
Fire Ice can at least tap his Primeval.
Well, Fire Ice also can tap his double land on his upkeep. It can time walk him.
That's why you shouldn't put that in and take out a counter spell.
No, I want a counter spell.
playing-
I want a counter on 2. Like I want to be able to counter Summer's Pact.
Archmage's Charm does.
On the play, it's better. On the draw, it's like pretty miserable. On the draw, I'll probably end up taking those out and then putting in other stuff. Yes. Kahiro. I gotta start remembering putting this in my hand. Mulligan
This
that.
is terrible.
Keep that.
Probably Steam Vents.
Probably the Triumph, because I'm gonna probably go fetch it.
I guess.
It's the same difference.
Yeah.
The Triumph can never come into play untapped, whereas the Steam Bones, there's situations
But I feel like at least with the Triumph, you could
cycle it for 3.
Cycle it if you really needed to.
I have no turn 1 play. Like I'm gonna lead off with that. Like I want all 3 colors so I can have what's called up
For Dryad.
Mm-hmm. It's the same difference, I guess. But like I was either gonna lead off with that or lead off Steam Vents. Like their turn 1 plays, like if he goes Amulet, I can then Prismatic Ending, and then he'll probably like do a bounce land, and where then Counterspell would be somewhat relevant. Him going Valakut turn 1 is like puts the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah, that's so slow.
Yeah,
Anytime they don't go Amulet on turn 1, you feel good.
Yeah, he also mulligan to 6.
Yeah, that's the thing they do. Although, if they didn't mulligan into... Wow. Alright, well, I think you're going to be okay. If they don't mulligan into Amulet turn 1... feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, I still need to, like, put pressure on somehow, which means, like, the way you're going to beat this matchup is just...
Planes.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about keeping the Jace.
Yeah, but, I don't know. It doesn't do enough.
Just trying to slow him down.
Teferi ticks up fast enough that it matters.
Yes.
Jace does not.
Well, Jace just makes sure. Well, Jace ensures that you always draw a counterspell.
Sure.
I think this plays the way I want it to.
Yes. Because you want it to be a creature's student spot. How much is it? 6? A ton?
Yeah, it's it plus 6 lands, and it's 7/7 Ward 3, but Sage you don't care.
Yeah. Well, he played it, so it's fine.
This deck has probably 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay, that's worse.
It's okay. It's a pretty soft start.
He gets a free amulet off of it.
March. Oh man, does not feel good. So I'll make. Well, he can't do that this turn, but next turn he can. Make a 2/2. Make a 2/2. Cavern, I don't care.
Not anymore.
Actually, oh, this actually happens on the main phase, which sucks.
What do you
Naming humans. He's got a Zeus in his hand. Because you could like Aether Gust, put something on top of his deck. That was a good draw.
there's
Actually.
a way to start digging.
Yeah, if we're gonna play Drago here, it's gonna be pretty good for me.
Yeah, especially because you don't actually have any real answers.
No, right now I got nothing. I need to draw a Planeswalker stat.
Yeah, and you can take free hits off of this guy because it's fucking 2 damage. Oh no.
Oh, before then I can also Prismatic if I need to. Gives you a reason to Prismatic.
Yeah.
Okay. He also like loses a land for what it's worth, but then all of his tap lands
Well,
become.
he's gonna get an amulet. It'll be fine.
So these are actually 3/3s. Well, I guess this can just go after the amulet.
Think so?
Expedition map. Okay, well, whatever.
Interesting. Oh, that's why.
This deck probably runs 4 of them.
Yeah, I'd definitely shoot one of those guys now.
Well, I have to. No, I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Vantress at the end of turn, don't forget.
Thanks, dog. Always looking out for number 1.
I don't know, some people forget.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah. Bottom that. Top this.
It's alright.
What's the best card? Oh, non-permanent. Okay. So I get to make big dog plays here.
Untap, you get to play Prismatic for none to kill a thing. He's got to divert all his attention to that
And then I have Aether
in
Gust
order
up.
to even get close to killing it. Worst case scenario, because he didn't go for Amulet, he probably doesn't have a Titan in his hand. I forgot you get to untap for Aether Gust.
Yeah,
so
that's
it
why.
doesn't
That's why it's good.
I forgot. I forgot.
Well, that's actually pretty nice. So you went expedition mapped there. It's really nice, actually. Or is it Saga? Okay.
Smart.
Here we go. Maybe I should bring in EE against this match? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, on the draw I might play it because Archmage's Charm seems terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, this human spell, hey? So long, me Bowser.
I guess he gets draws off of it.
Also increases this power level. Now he can't make. Well, also I think he was planning on doing more. Like now he can't make this a 2/2, so this attacks. This brings us to 4. I'll have a giant for it next turn to meet it. Yeah, we're in the driver's seat here.
Yeah. You technically unsummon it if you wanted to too.
No, I'm this. Well, at this stage, it's just like draw. Yeah, and this is probably gonna get a Titan.
Yep.
Well, there's not much I can do about that. I need to draw all gas from here on out. Nice.
That ain't it, boy.
Pretty good.
Do you need to keep up your mana for the hall?
Yeah, I'll have it.
No, I'm saying, do you want to? Because you can Castle Vantress here.
No, I do because I want to make sure that
you can't
yeah.
do anything else.
I'm at the point where I'm just like.
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't save it in.
Well, he's gonna go up to 5. So he's gonna go up to 5 lands, unless he plays
Yeah.
Castle Garenbrig.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one for you.
Well, here's the thing: if he doesn't attack into this, which I don't think he will, I get to use Castle Vantress anyways.
Yeah.
So either way, it's the same. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think if you needed, if there's a way to be goofy.
did he put the Tireless Tracker on top of his deck? I think he did. I don't remember what he did with it.
I didn't look. Scrolling up.
We're in a pretty good spot. Thanks, dog. I am a gangster, Tony. You better believe it. You better believe I'm coming up in May. This is what they say.
Coming up in May.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm trying to figure out who this guy is in our chat. Ooh, I like that. I really like that. He must have Castle Garenbrig. What is he going to grab?
2 Wanderers. Oh, I need Wanderers.
Yeah, I need... this deck only plays 1 right now.
It's a good card.
Cavern, so he's got 2, 3, 4, 5. Did he screw up his math? No, he went to get... Dry to the Elysian Grove, sure. Okay, so he gets to play a land. I think he gets to shock this, because this makes the Valakut hit 5th land, or is it 5+? I don't know if it checks. I'll have to see.
Dang it, he's running basic 4. Okay.
It doesn't ding my guy, which is kind of nice.
Yep. Wait, he's doing it. He's walking into it.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice. He just didn't think about it.
Nobody does.
Whoops. You made a
He might
mistake, buddy.
Besage you. And that would be like pretty gnarly, but
Whatever.
he could, like...
I mean, if he does, he was gonna do it no matter what, right?
Ding dong, block the thong.
Because he would have done it there before you got to declare
So
block.
next turn he's got to pay for his Summoner's Pact.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I had Spreading Seas in this deck. That'd be so dope.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It sure is. Because it bounces this. Well, let's draw first.
That's way better. Destroy Dryad.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
The question is, because I know he's got to pay for the pack next turn, do I just go in for the beatdown? What could he possibly...
What is he doing?
I don't know. Floating 3 mana.
Actually, you can win here.
I can only take
Bounce
7.
his green mana.
I can't bounce with what?
Oh, that doesn't bounce that?
What? No, it doesn't do
I
that.
was about to say,
Nah,
I was
that's
about to say, dude,
no. I
you
gotta
telling me
stop at the beginning of my combat so I can attack.
I was gonna say, can you cheese this?
The question is it more beneficial to hold this back? I don't think so. Endurance.
Oh,
Okay.
whatever. Who cares?
Well, now I'm not gonna attack.
Yep.
In fact, I'll fetch now.
You can play it tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 more turn, 2 more turns with this?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Untap. Done. It's the same play. Like, pays for his pact, which takes him off all of his green. I mean, I guess Endurance puts back spells on my deck? I don't know. Alright.
Man, here I was hoping you could go wild and make him not be able to pay for a pact or something. It was funny when I was playing against Ollie, he missed his pack triggers twice.
Yeah.
It's like, can't get you on that anymore.
No. I'm glad I didn't bounce the Saga. I love this. This is on Dryad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he has bounce lands, I'm sure, at some point, but...
Well, I mean, he's gonna...
Saga plan.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because you have on 7s.
I think he needs to debate if he wants to let me Castle Vantress or not.
Otherwise, he just throws a creature for nothing.
It's worthwhile.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
I mean, that's fine with me. That makes... Puts my ass in the driver's seat. Gas pedal.
Bottom, baby.
I like the Fire
Wasn't
Ice.
terrible. What's it gonna do?
Tap this. Puts him back down to 5 mana. I'll keep this.
Assuming he doesn't just have another land.
It's okay. Then he can't do anything with his lands. Well, I got to draw with this too, which is nice.
I was gonna say you could Castle Vantress and still have a blocker here.
I can also kill one. I can also kill one of the guys with this.
Yeah.
I can actually kill both of them. Well, because he loses a land from this going away, but he gets the mana in his main phase. All right.
You can also grab an amulet or a map.
I can bounce.
What do you need to get him to? 8, and then every time you cast something, you exile. Nice.
Which I'm 1 away from, because I can still animate. I need to debate if I need to kill this or not. Probably do. Let's cast. Whoops. Let's cast.
Yeah, because then it puts him on the back pedal.
I also get to untap both my lands
He
too.
needs to be able to knock. Yeah, he needs to be able to knock out. I'm surprised he didn't wait for the Teferi trigger to finish before doing
Yeah, whatever. You made a mistake. So 2 is gonna get amulet with this.
Do you think there's ever a world where this deck plays Thespian stage?
This deck?
Yeah.
They used to play 1.
I know, I'm surprised it doesn't right now.
It just plays 4 sagas, man. It probably still plays 1, to be honest.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, and then you get 4 more, or you get 2 valid cuts, or whatever.
Amulets are live. Yeah. So he spent all his mana there, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I get to scry 2. I don't think he wants to do that. And I could really... I don't want to put this back in. Well, he actually doesn't have double green. Well, now he does.
He was burning his clock like crazy, though.
Yeah, he's grind his ass out.
That clock win, boy.
This dude is soft.
Thinking too hard.
Where's my music at? What happened? Yeah, of course I'm not.
Big brain thinking.
Need to change one more thing. There we go. Like, I'm all in on the Teferi plan. I think he knows that. Well, we can Castle Vantris and use the city.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's amazing. The name of the game is keep Teferi alive.
Yep. So that's how you're gonna win. Easy peasy. I get all this mana, do whatever you want. So if you end a turn Solitude, 1, 2, 3. That changes everything. Nah, not worth it anymore. I would do it to
the token.
Yeah, when he plays it. But can you Solitude right now, getting your 2 mana back?
And animate this.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Untap 2.
Well, hold on. I got answers for both of his creatures. I'm okay. The question is, do I want to? Because I can Solitude, get this, block this. I'll make another one I can block, and then exile this in response. It's fine. Like, we're good. We're good. I don't need to do anything. Like, I'm not in a world where I can, like, pay 5, get 2 back, and like, no, it's not gonna happen. Plus, I'd like to get a Titan if he randomly gets the Titan, you know.
I mean, you could do all of it.
No, I don't have the mana. I think I'm short. Because I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you need 13 to make that happen because this costs 6 in itself. And this is 6 right here.
Short.
Yeah.
Lame.
Whatever.
Would have been sweet.
Yeah, it would have been.
You should have untapped his land for him.
Thanks, dog. So... Yeah. I really am thinking about this because if he gets, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might have to make really weird blocks. Like I could have Solitude and this, but I couldn't do all 3. And I think having the March up is going to be way better. So if he makes a dude, he goes way down in mana, which I think that's what he's doing.
All that means you know he doesn't have anything.
No. Good.
Unless he gets an amulet and then he can go 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, I mean, with the amulet, it's like problematic.
4, 6.
Also, he can...
Nope, he didn't have it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So he would have done it right there and then been able to swing in with Titan. Well, not really, because he would have just Solituded, but... Alright, show him who's boss. Play it all.
Thanks, Dad.
Tell me you had all these.
Yeah, I did.
Hold on. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. And then shoot the other one after blocking.
Yeah.
Cause then... Nope, hold on.
This was gonna die regardless.
Oh yeah, you can do it at end of turn and get him.
Yeah, I don't need to do it now.
I wasn't thinking. Or if you cast another artifact, you can do it in response.
Besage you. Probably coming back to his hand.
No. Cavern.
Yeah, you're right.
The Seiju isn't going to do anything.
Dryad of the Elysian Grove would be a blowout.
No, because he doesn't have a way to play more lands.
Dryad lets you play an additional land.
So you deal 3. Oh yeah, it would kill your...
Is this Cultivator Colossus?
I mean, that's fine if it is, because it's not like he can...
It's pretty fucking good.
Why? What's it gonna do? He can't play anything while he's playing all those lands. He can just play lands. Trust me, it's fine.
Okay.
You can alt with Teferi.
The problem is I don't get the draw, so I can't do things like right now. Draw. This is bad.
At some point.
It's really bad.
I don't understand why you're freaking out.
He's about to draw 2 cards out of this, I believe. And he's got infinite. He's got so much goddamn mana.
Yeah, but he can't play any more lands.
If he draws like he could have drawn into Zusa or a Dryad. Like I have to like care about those cards. I can't just sit there.
I mean, he would have to have Dryad and Azusa in order to be able to do it. Right.
Yeah. Or just Dryad. It deals 3 here. Yep. There we go. Shit. I told myself to kill this thing. I should have known better. Because he just bounced the bounce line back to his hand, which gives him another 4 mana. Yikes. This is not good. Well, hold on. This is okay. We got this. Check it out. He's going to play this. Well, it doesn't matter.
On trigger.
I can't. It's already on the stack. It might be on resolution. I'll check.
We'll find out because you got to try.
Yeah. I hate that this, like, the way this works on Magic Online is really annoying. I don't know if it's going to work that way. Because it checks, and it might be an intervening if clause where it checks before and after. It does.
It fizzled. You're good.
We're okay.
Unless he's got Wombo combo in hand again.
This is the time where I would want to have a Jace. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, dude.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's bad.
Well, let me draw. Here's
the
the thing. Next turn I can go. He's got to spend 2 on Summoners. He's at 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got to spend his whole turn on Summoners Packs next turn. This goes down to 5. If I can draw. Oh, he went to grab Cultivator Colossus? Jesus Christ. He's going to play more lands. Cavern. Okay. Alright, so.
Time him out. Time him.
I mean, that's the game plan I'm going for, as shitty as that is.
Okay, so
I have to stop.
is what again?
It doesn't matter. I'm not using it.
What does it do?
When I draw a card, exile a permanent.
So if
I don't have anything to draw a card. So if I alt, I die on board.
You want to castle Vantress immediately.
Yes. Yep. And then I need to find Supreme Verdict. Endurance, sure.
I mean, if you can find a draw card, it'd be okay too, right?
No, he's got too many permanents. I can't kill them all. It's Supreme Verdict or bust.
Ah, ruined.
Whatever. Supreme Verdict. Not enough. Okay. This whole turn's dedicated to the pact, so I mean, I'm definitely losing my Teferi, which sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything I could do about that.
Yeah.
Only thing I can do now is like block this, have Teferi die, or kill this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still in the same spot where it's just like I have to jam until I see Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, his endurances are annoying because they keep making me have to do that, but whatever.
I mean, one good thing is he's getting close to the time,
Oh,
man.
he fucked up.
What did he do?
He didn't add enough green.
Oh. How?
He just fucked up. He wanted to save this for some reason.
What a dope.
Wait, hold on. One green,
He had
2
4.
green. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Did he forget that he had...
whatever. You're going to win on time, so who cares?
I think he forgot that he had 2. I want Jace back in the deck. Cut these. 1 EE. Archmage's Charm seems like really weak.
Yes.
I mean, it's a counter spell, but like he just... all of his things just...
It's only good against Summoner Pact.
I guess I could bring in Summoner Pact and put this on 0.
Yeah.
Stops the Pact.
It shuts out, yeah.
It's like...
Explosives is not great.
It's just Wrath number 2. I'm gonna put Chalice back in.
It's too slow. Yeah.
Put Chalice on 0, so we make sure that we don't get...
Can't
Yeah.
cast those. It just ends those. Which is great, because that's 4 less ways for him to...
No, I mean, he only had 9 mana, but... I mean, Summoner's Pact takes 4 and 4, unless he did 3 of them in one turn. He might have done 3 of them in...
You're not paying attention to your chat.
Yeah, he doesn't have 10 mana for that. Pact's only green too.
Yeah, it's only 8. This is great.
I don't know why I won. I have no business of winning that game.
Yeah, whatever. You're gonna beat him with time, anyways.
He might.
Plays super slow. Especially if he has like 100. Oh baby, this is gonna be the best. Oh.
One of these days I'll add this to my hand, yeah.
Yeah. Why would you though? All right, it's time to get rid of that amulet, baby, and then make sure his Summoner Pact never works. It's gonna be great. Oh, because you have to choose if you want to exile anything.
Hold on.
Did you exile something?
Yeah, I have to. This is
What?
green X. It's not prismatic. It doesn't have sunburst.
Oh, gotcha. You're good? Yep. On 0. Oh, that's so good. Shuts off 4 fixed cards, because Teleria West does
pretty good
nothing
too.
now too. See, there it goes. He had it in hand. Oh, this is worthless.
Yep.
Now you get to wait around for him to play his stupid Saga, and then you can blow that up too.
I will be blowing that up.
Oh, it's gonna be
Or
so
dry it. I'll be blowing up.
Oh, how nice. Well, maybe not.
Well, he passed the turn, so he doesn't have any more lands
All right,
left.
you gotta kill that.
Yeah, easy.
I hate that you can't kill
The Saga?
Yeah,
I could have made a baller move and did it.
you can. You still can. Because you could play Solitude and kill it, but it's risky. You're just giving him the ability to get more lands.
So I'm gonna play tapped. How much do I really need to?
All the Storm Giants.
He's gonna run out on time. Oh, yeah. Tony, Pack's only green, whatever.
Yeah, he had the mana for it.
It didn't make any sense. Check this out. Did you forget about this play? Because I have.
Oh, putting it in your hand, yeah.
Yeah. The companion zone does
Call.
not. It's.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that.
No one does. I just have been playing at a disadvantage. I have a 14 card sideboard.
Constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had blockers for Urza's Saga all day. Or exilers to Solitude anytime you wanted.
Not draw. Say go.
That's so good.
It's really good.
I got all the options.
It does get an amulet, which is a little problematic, but whatever.
Yeah.
He's making another guy. He's going for the long con. Amulet,
I mean, that's probably the best strategy against you, right?
Yep.
Always against control, you do that. There's one thing I learned in Legacy Lands. That's it.
Turfing boys.
Bounce Cavern.
Yeah, most likely. I'll either guess this.
Do you care?
I do.
Why?
If I miss a land here, I'm gonna wish I played that.
I guess. Because you won't have very many options. Oh man, this is so easy. You just pass the turn. Oh, why?
What do you mean?
Because you can Solitude and get rid of his whole board.
I don't need the Solitude.
Why?
We can still Solitude.
Yeah, but now you don't get to keep it. You could have Solitude blocked.
Sure, and then he plays a second another artifact. I feel bad. But yeah.
Maybe. I think that would have been the right play.
Perilous Tracker. Look at that.
There you go.
Fucking genius.
Better than me. No, you still would have had him.
Yeah, I know.
Because they would have been 4/4s down to 3/3 block. They would have both died. Although I would probably Solitude Tireless Tracker at this point.
No, I want my Teferi.
Depends if he's attacking Teferi.
Of course he's attacking the Teferi.
I don't know, man. Maybe he wouldn't. You need something to remove that Tireless Tracker ASAP, though.
I'm okay.
It's a lot of card draw.
We got a Castle Vantress coming. Yep. Here we go.
That ain't doing it. Let's see if you get another one. There you go. Now you're good.
Easy game. I had it the whole time, Jeff.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, you have a bunch of removals, so it's like odds are pretty good. And you can make him into a defender, too, if you want. A blocker.
Who?
But I would actually just kill Tireless now.
Nope.
Before you
I care more about Titan.
Yeah, I guess you can play Titan here, huh?
Yeah, I do. I care about Titan. Once he's past his attack step, I'll do that. Him drawing a card does not bother me. Oh, that doesn't work.
What an idiot.
That doesn't work.
Oh, oops. I forgot. And that's why that card is the best. That's so good.
He's coming.
Oh, you know those 4-ofs to go get whatever you need from your deck? Not anymore.
Yeah, check that out. Is this
Sure,
good?
just make your big guy.
Is this good?
He's gonna pick it up yet? He's got 50 seconds. He's not winning.
Oi, oi, oi vey. Oh, look at how easy that is. Didn't even try. It was easy. That's how smart I am.
You got 2 trophies. Go find yourself on the leaderboard.
I'm at. It shows you. I'm at the 2 range. It's pretty small. I'm somewhere in here. Right there.
There it is.
I have 2 trophies now. I need to get more.
Need a couple more.
I mean, it could be like this guy where he just lives, breathes modern all day.
Who, the guy on top?
26.
Hyganti. When I looked him up, he played a bunch of different decks. He was all over the place.
Yeah, he's probably just like a streamer or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think who Hyganti
Has
is.
a lot of fun playing modern.
Yeah, it might be. Always had it. Always did.
I think I'm going to switch back over to playing Witherbloom in Legacy.
Witherbloom.
Command.
Okay.
Is it spicier than the the red version?
Well, this is a snap keep. Yorion?
Yeah.
It's a bad matchup for me.
Yeah, he has too many. many guys.
Yep.
And Chalice does nothing.
You can. You can put it on 1.
For what?
Abundant growth, all that shit.
Oh, why wouldn't you do it right now then? Because this is the time to get them.
I don't think you understand. I don't think you know how this works.
Oh yeah, you need 2, huh?
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
I know.
Dude, I tell you, when I was playing Modern, the guy with a Lutri deck, all one of them's got his turn 2 on 1 Chalice the Void against Death Shadow. It's one of in the 60 card.
Gotta love it.
It was pretty good. I was impressed. And
like this hits abundant growth, and that's pretty much it. But he can always prismatic it. But if that's where he's throwing his prismatics, I'm pretty happy.
we patch up Chalice of the Void with Urza Saga.
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I meant have to double check that because it actually has XX in his mana cost, and Urza says specifically 1 or 0.
Oh, yep, you can. Never
Yeah.
mind.
It's a weird interaction. So this is just, this looks like a, I know.
Loam deck?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be if you're playing that.
It is. All right. I have no idea what this deck is.
Well, you can just prismatic that and you won't feel too bad.
Depends on what he grabs.
Sword, probably.
Calls are complete.
Nope. Now you're definitely prismaticing it.
Yeah. Unfortunate because I wanted to play Teferi. I can still play the
You
Teferi.
could. It's just risky.
Well, it gives him another card.
Yep.
But it puts my Teferi on board. And I can do the same play. And then, I mean, whenever he's going to cast that Cauldron Complete, I have a million answers for it.
Yeah.
The downside... Yeah, I'm going to play Teferi. I think it's better.
You're probably right, even with the extra card. Just don't forget you can go get your thing if you got nothing to do.
Yeah, that's why I popped it out. Now, next turn I can play Counterspell and Prismatic.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know how good this is going to be on 1. I don't really know. And I think he wanted to probably fetch at the end of his turn. Or at the end of my turn. This seems like Magus of the Moon. It's fine.
Yeah, why would you care?
I don't have any white anymore, but yeah. I care to an extent.
You can Solitude at any point.
Yeah, that's going to be the play. He's going to try to... Well, he takes his... Well, he takes himself off white, too, which I can also put it back in his hand if it need be.
Yeah, you can see what he does.
He also missed a land drop for what it's worth.
If he swings it to Fairy, you could exile
Yeah, I'm gonna
the other Teferi in order to do it.
Yeah, I'll keep Prismatic.
And then it holds up mana to counter whatever he's going to do on his...
Or cast this.
Yeah.
This is such a messed up card.
It's great.
It's really it's a really...
why it's $50.
It's more than that now.
What?
They only go up.
Go on,
Running 6.
Ooh, baby, counter the hell out of that.
No, I can Prismatic it. Oh, hold on.
But
He
then
needs
gets
a
a land back. He gets a land back.
You're
counter.
right.
It's way better.
You're right as rain. You're so right.
Just listen.
Yeah, you're right. Next time, I'll leave it to you.
For once, just listen to me.
Make sure I'll grab a Plains this time.
Yeah, so you can't do that again.
Nice Magus deck. Like how I have different art counter spells.
Are you gonna play your Ottawa?
No, I'll hold it.
To keep land counts?
He's behind on lands. I'm okay.
I guess.
He's got a Cauldron Complete in his hand and a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, you can have that.
Great, go grab a sword that you can't play.
He'll eventually be able to play it. I can still...
A long time.
I almost want him to put Cauldron Complete in so I could take it.
Oh yeah.
Take the gem token.
Yeah, I wouldn't even play around with that.
It's
He's
pretty...
playing blue too,
Yeah.
so you never know what he got. He could
Never know what you're going to get.
be main boarding Mystical Dispute or something crazy.
Yeah.
Get you real good. Oh, great. That's perfect.
I'll do whatever I want now.
Hope you don't have any 1-drops in your hand.
He's terrible. This guy's terrible.
What did he grab, by the way?
Prismatic ending? No thanks. He grabbed Batterskull. He's got Batterskull and Cauldron
Don't
complete.
forget to draw 2 with Archmages at the end of turn.
Thanks, Father.
I try.
Please let me
Call
draw.
him Dad, bro.
Hoo-hoo, that does nothing.
Yeah.
I can kill a Cauldron complete, though.
Why? Because X is that or less?
Yeah. Or I can kill the whatever the thing is. But this one, like, scales with the game. This one's really good. Shock, shock, shock. Yeah, baby. Nath. I can kill that with that, too.
Yep. It'll be good use. Get that garbage out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just let me fucking... Jesus Christ. The way this thing, like, makes you cast stuff.
Well, you gotta choose first, so you know.
Yeah, it just took Bernal's list. That's not great.
I'm drawing a lot of those.
It's okay.
Bounce nothing.
Yeah, do that again.
This is where you bounce your Chalice and play it on 2 instead.
We're good. We can Supreme Verdict instant speed still from the last Teferi.
Yeah. And then he could never play a Stoneforge again.
I don't know what he's... Well, he's already played that. It's been gone. I've exiled 3 of his cards.
Dude, if you bounce your own Chalice...
Oath of Nisso.
Well, it's countered.
Someone doesn't read my cards. Someone doesn't read my cards.
He's probably like, oh, darn. Oh, nuts.
Oh! Yeah, well, it was... I could save it.
Is it worth it?
Yes. Seems like he hates Teferi.
I was gonna say you could bounce your own Chalice and then play it on 4.
I can play it on... Yeah, I could do that. I have a lot of 4-drops.
Go
I
wild.
have a lot of 4-drops I would like to keep, but...
No, you don't.
It seems like he doesn't like when I have a Teferi. I can't do my instant play speed anymore. There we go.
Oh, well, now you get to make eyes.
I have a win condition.
What 4 mana spells are you playing?
Ever see this one? I know it can't be countered.
Yep.
Okay.
And Jace is the only one.
I love that card. That's my boy. Also what?
There's probably a point where you could have gotten your guy.
Kira? No way. Remember I saw Dun 4?
Oh, that's right.
The whole time I was...
What is that?
It goes and gets a random... Or not a random, but he puts a creature in his hand. Stormforge Mystic? Okay.
Oh,
Sure. What will this one be getting? Lion Sash? That's pretty good, but I don't care.
Yeah, because you can just Supreme it instant.
Yeah.
Next turn.
Come on.
You have a really hard time tapping your mana, right?
I hate like the way that Mystic... So like the way this works... Well, whatever. I'll just do it this way. Like you always have to start with that one first, like every time.
Yeah, you choose your colors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not good. It's really
not
bad.
against that guy,
No, it is not.
but whatever.
It's really bad. Yeah, we're gonna Supreme now. Seems weird to Supreme now, but I have to.
Yeah,
I
you
can't-
don't wanna
I
have
can't-
free
yeah.
Lion Sash to make a guy.
No, it's not even that. He's gonna put in Cauldron Complete. I'm gonna be in
Now
trouble.
you counter this.
I don't know if I care about this.
Yes, you do. Because he's going to eat your graveyard and make a big guy,
Okay, but I can block it. This doesn't do anything.
I guess.
I don't care. It's not a relevant spell yet. I'd rather counter like a
Alright.
Ren and 6.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he gets to eat 2
Make your
cards.
guy.
If he's... Yeah, well. If he's gonna do that every turn, that's like, am I okay with that?
Yeah.
Not a relevant spell, dog.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You can kill it right now if you want.
Yeah, probably will.
The only thing he's got. Shoot it.
I'm doing
Shoot
it
it and attack. Shoot it and attack.
Well, I want to draw a card instead of shooting it. Like, I don't care about this card. I have this all day, and then I'll eventually draw another Supreme Verdict.
Well,
This
don't
is-
play your land at least.
And that's not the card that concerns me. I'd rather tap one of his sources and keep him on 3. So that's what I'm going to do.
So you can't play any real cards?
Yeah, I'm setting him back a turn.
Yeah. It's fine. Smart. There you go. Now you're thinking.
Well, I had the mana to do what I wanted. I can play ice and activate this. So, you know, big brain plays, Tony.
Why'd you tap the red to do it?
I don't know. I have a red source over here.
Yes.
He does have Magus the Moon, which somewhat matters. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Like-
Double blue. Double
So
base.
I'm going to cast this. This has to go get a shock. Yep, that's like, again, you can do whatever you want to do with this. You can do this all game. I don't, at this point, it's a non-spell because I have it neutralized with this.
Yep. Yeah, more Mystic Gates.
Yeah. See why we wanted to draw.
Yeah. Should have been fetching the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Could have got all these bad draws out of the way.
And how he missed a
Oh, that
land
works,
drop.
right?
Yeah, that's how everybody. This guy, for being a loam deck, is fucking just terrible. Terrible.
Leave alone.
What is this in here for, then?
I don't know. Why is that filter land in there?
I don't know.
Or the
I'm
cycle
so
one?
stoked that this deck probably plays 4 Oath of Nissa and 4 some other nonsense. I gotta play a little bit faster.
Yes.
These damn Mystic Gates, I tell you.
Guy. Just gotta click on them first and select immediately.
He's got a discard. Nice.
What do you discard? Another Lion Sash.
Calls are complete.
Oh. Okay. Now get in there for 1.
No,
Yes. Show
I don't need to. I don't need to do anything. I can trade all of my creatures for it now. Like I can make a castle and then trade all of it. Like, yes, it's like it's a 1-for-1 because it's carded here, but it's just random tokens that I have infinite of. Again, you can keep eating my graveyard. I don't care. I'm at the point where it's like, just please draw a Jace or a Teferi so I can end this game. Solitude.
Well, now you can't.
I mean, whatever. It's the same difference. He thought he would probably ephemerate. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then he forgot. What an idiot.
He might. I don't know. He forgot because I have a Teferi and I have this. He needs 2 removal spells.
Yeah, literally can't do any of that.
What a bad play he made, because he could have made me throw all of it away.
Yep.
Whatever.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm perfect.
I love it.
Yep. See how this?
Did I tell you that there was a point where I was pitching 1-costed spells to Chalice of the Void so I could fuel a Murktide?
Yeah, you were telling me that, I think, yesterday.
Just like, ditch this.
I don't want
this
any of
out of
this. Yeah.
Fill my bin. Oh, what's he gonna cast now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I'll counter
It's
the
not
next.
creatures.
I'll counter
Who
the
cares?
next card.
Yep.
You know that card that you're gonna draw next? I'll be countering that one. Skyclave Apparition.
That's a good one.
Nice try, guy.
You want to draw 2?
No,
I think drawing 2 is better.
I'm gonna bounce this into his hand. I'm okay. I still want
So that means now you can attack with your creatures.
You got it, bud. You're really into that.
I know. I want you to do damage so we can win.
We are winning. He's at 14.
Yes,
Look at,
but you
I'm
have
at
a
21.
time.
Don't you know how time works?
You have a clock.
Oh, is that good?
Yes. Okay. Now attack him.
Thanks.
Please.
Thanks, Father. Check
Do
this
what I
out.
say.
Oi, oi, oi.
Get your one in.
Yeah. And we're definitely flashing in this Wanderer next turn.
Yep.
I don't need to do shit, motherfucker.
Now you can make 2 2s.
Yeah. See how we have a counter spell, just hose his deck.
You get 2 more cards.
Prismatic Ending. At this point, do I even fucking care? I don't think I do. No, it's, you can have it.
His instant speed stuff is not going to be good enough.
It's too late now. Yeah, you got a dingus, dongus.
Flash and make a 1/1. Oh, you get to swing with it all. Oh, there's vigilance too. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, this card's dope.
You're gonna be dealing 20 damage to him soon. Okay, now you draw. No, I'm kidding. Oh, look at that. The realist man land. Just keep getting more guys, yeah. I don't think he has a board wipe. So now you get to swing with it all.
I like that he's like immediately on the defensive. It's great.
Yeah.
Blue white the way it's intended. Just
Coming
long
in with 1,000 creatures.
Just this long grindy game and eventually just kill you. Ren and 6, yeah, you got it, bud.
Yeah, pinging one guy is
Yeah,
gonna kill you.
deal.
If he wants to get an extra land, you can counter whatever he's gonna play with.
Yeah, I mean I'm okay. I mean I'm gonna make a guy. I'm gonna do this. I got it all. And yes,
Next turn, you can give something +1/+1 to go in even harder.
well, he's gonna stonewall one of my guys, so like I do need to care about that. But his whole deck is fetch land, so how long can you fetch for before it's too late? You know, like he might have an Omnath here, but I don't think he does.
I mean, you win next turn if he has no answer, right? Counter.
He would. He's gonna get back Solitude. Yeah, I'll counter this.
So now you can come in with your big boy. Make a guy. And don't forget to also look at your deck,
Thanks, dude.
because you can do both.
I don't know if I can. I think I'm short one.
You can do both.
No, I didn't think so. Short one.
Damn it. Damn it.
Yeah, you're not good at math.
It's hard. No. What, are you just gonna unsummon?
Yeah. Are you done?
You just-
Are you done
you just
playing me?
pick him up,
Yeah.
and then give one of you guys +1/+1. And then you win.
Sure do.
Unless he's got a Solitude.
Doesn't matter. I have 7 damage coming in.
Oh,
But
I
he-
forgot you got the big guy too.
Yeah.
You got enough for that?
Now I'm pissed.
Okay, make sure you select the right one. But he's got Ephemerate, dude, and it'll get countered. I really wanted him to try an Ephemerate. Mystical? Aether Gust? Aether Gust seems fine.
Yeah. Aether Gust. He's got Ewit and Lion Sash
And maybe Life from Low.
and Red and 6.
Chalice is out.
And stopped. He's got Oath and Abundant Growth. It's not the worst card in the world.
Yes.
I'm debating on what I want here.
Fire Ice doesn't seem great.
Yeah, it's like this is probably the worst
It
matchup.
just happened to work well for you that time.
Yes. Prismatic's like okay. I might keep one in or like
Yeah, I was thinking that was bad too.
March is okay because it scales with the game.
That's fine. Yep. I'd get
Mystical
rid of
Dispute.
Get rid of another Prismatic.
Usually their decks play Teferi too. So I think Mystical Dispute might be better than Aether Gust.
And I guess you can use Mystical Dispute on 3 anyways, if you want to.
I wish I would have taken a screenshot of his deck. I didn't.
What do you want to know about it?
How good is Solitude going to be? I don't think he had Fury. He might just be straight Bant No, he's 4 colors. He's an Omnath.
Yeah. Remember he had that land that was red, white, blue?
I need to make sure I keep me. You know what? Here, see you later, Chalice.
Yeah, those are bad.
Like, he can kill my rest in peace with his thingamajinger. His hand's medium.
Not great.
Yeah.
Very, very slow. Especially on the draw. But I guess what are you going to do on the play anyway?
Abundant growth. Oh, Utopia Sprawl. That's pretty good, actually.
On the play, you might want to bring back in the Chalice. Yeah, I bet you wish you had what's it called right now? Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Goodbye your entire hand.
We're not dead, but we're in a really bad spot.
Yeah. I don't think you're doing well. If you get into an unwinnable position, please fucking just forfeit, because you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I know.
Not gonna cut it. Play another Triumph. F6, F6.
Yeah, I got no answers. F6. Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, there's no reason to fake like you do.
Yeah. It's a Healy, right? Yeah, this is counter cat. I got
Okay. Combo.
Uh huh. Oh, he bounced it back. That's pretty good. Ding dong.
I mean, you still literally can do nothing. He's just gonna do the combo next turn and you'll lose. Nice.
I was hoping I can draw the Otaro or whatever it's called. And the reason I want the Otaro is I can bounce out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just kind of get in the
You
game.
mean that? Alright, combo.
It doesn't have it yet.
Does that look for a creature too?
Mm-hmm. Creature, land, planeswalker. It's like pretty close to a green ponder.
Gotcha. There it is. You lose. Okay. Yep. Is Saheeli blue?
It's red too.
I would keep an Aether Gusts then. Prismatic seems really
I'm
terrible.
gonna cut the rest in peace. It just seems too
That
niche. No, cut a screen.
Yeah, the amount of times.
Actually, I'm gonna cut to rest in peace.
Screen maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I want this.
I guess on the play you can always get his
It's fairies.
abundant growth or whatever. When he goes, I'll play abundant growth, you go, oh yeah?
Sounds good.
Yes.
How unlucky do you think
All the options.
How unlucky do you think I'm gonna be? Because I bet you he'll have counterspell. With his Yori on deck. They usually do. It's always
He does have 80 cards.
It's always such a feel bad. You're like, how do you have it? Yeah.
Oh baby, fucking get rid of that shit. Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's going away.
Should try land. Fuck that thing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slow you down.
Bog that deck down.
Oh,
Triumph!
you only have basics over there? Oh man, that sucks that you can't cast your fucking cards. Wow. Play your fetch.
I gotta make sure with these fetches that I go and grab basics. I have a filter land. Because
Yeah,
he does have Magus.
Yeah.
No blue sources, so that's real good for me.
Yeah. Go get a basic island. No, plains.
Yeah, planes here.
Yeah, if you can get to 2 of them, you'll be like set forever.
No, I just need now that Supreme Verdict's like out of my deck, I don't need him. It's a good draw.
options too. He's gonna play.
Veil of Summer, sure.
Oh, he just wants the cycle.
Yep.
Draw your free card.
I'm gonna plus. He's got if he somehow manages, he can't cast the Helium off this random, but in a world where he does cast the Helium, like let's say if he went Utopia Sprawl, added this, played land, and played Sahili, he could plus it and kill this. I don't want that. I would be. This is probably gonna go get
Stoneforge.
I don't think it's Stoneforge.
Yeah, that's the only option here.
I mean, I can put such a clock on him now.
I know, but he'd be dumb to go get anything else. He doesn't have the mana for it.
Yeah. And okay, he's.
Oh, he didn't play land.
Yeah, I'm in the driver's seat.
Wait,
Gas pedal, gas pedal.
I was about to say play your untapped.
I should have drawn first. That's okay. Gas pedal.
Oh, Stoneforge, huh?
I can kill this too. If he misses another land, he should concede, but I doubt he will. Stoneforge you. Yeah, what is he gonna grab? So this is like a 4-color pile, which is just like trash.
So go ahead and play your guy for free. Make a 1 or a 2/2, and then next turn, if you draw a land, you just main phase Solitude.
Oh, they need to.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're right.
It
At the
just
very
takes him
least,
out
if I
of the
don't,
game 100%.
yeah. I mean, he's already out of the game. He's discarding due to hand size.
There you go.
Nice
Now you
Dovin,
can
nice
fucking do it.
Dovin's veto.
Sick blue deck, dude. I would just play Solitude right now.
Well, let's offer the block.
I guess give him the chance. Because then you get to save it if you need to.
Plus
Alright, get that shit out of
plus baby boy. Grab an island. I don't need a second plains.
anymore. I don't think it matters. Why are you trying to make your mana so fucking hard?
Because it is.
You didn't need to do that though.
I
You
know.
just went colorless white.
It's called practice, Jeff. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, whatever. The only card,
Beat you up.
there's only one card I'm concerned about, and it's Omnath. So, other than that, we are so far ahead. Phil, we're gonna win. We always win, Phil. He's got to go. He's got to shock himself, which is gonna hurt him so much. Yep. 15. Play his Teferi. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Seems like a deal for me. I don't even have... Dog, I don't even have counter spells. Evoke? Okay. Well, that's pretty good. He's somewhat in it.
Nah.
Yeah, I guess we play this. This can't hit Planeswalkers, right? Nope. I'm just going to add this to my hand.
Really?
What am I going to do? Hardcast Solitude?
Oh yeah. Not with that guy out, huh?
Yeah. I forgot about that card. But he's also got to play at sorcery speed.
Yeah.
You better play by the rules, because here comes Omnathi.
That's fine. Next turn you can gret him and it'll be okay.
Running 6. I don't care.
Gets him a lot of land.
It's okay.
I mean, as long as you can't get rid of your 2/2 or block it, you'll be... Oh. Well, you can get through anyways.
Yeah,
You just want to kill the Teferi. So that way you have Solitude.
yeah. Lion's Ash.
Are you just going to bounce the Stoneforge again?
Possibly.
Yeah, I would... I would tick down Teferi and bounce Stormforge.
No.
Why?
We can just attack it. This Teferi seems good to say hi, because I don't want to get pinged off by this.
Sure.
Yeah, it's relevant. Like I can't get...
They're drawn. Oh,
Put these on top.
those are some cards. Up, kill Teferi. Let him ping him off.
All right. Well, he's got a lot of stuff. If he goes like Omnath, fetch land, because the fetch land deal gets him 4 more mana. Which, yeah, that's probably the play. Yep. Okay, so he's gonna get 4 more mana. He doesn't have a way to play 2 lands here, so as long as he can't get the 2 lands,
You should have in response killed it with Solitude.
On the first trigger,
Yes.
he gains 4 life. But yes, you're right.
Yep, that would have been 100% better than what you're doing now.
Yep. I mean, he's gaining 4, which
That wouldn't have mattered.
yeah, you're right. I would have been him drawing a card and not being able to do anything relevant.
You would have been like, oh, I guess I'll sit here.
Is he trying to go for the ephemerate? Because I have a Teferi.
That's gonna stop.
It's against the
was-
rules.
He's trying.
It's
love it.
it's against the rules.
Oh yeah.
Remember how my card says F your card in the booty hole? The Wanderer is dope, dude. Go get him. And Phil, I know you like foils. Go and get the Wanderer. The Wanderer is so dope. That card is... It's the truth.
Strong.
I don't know how many you
gives
need to play
you,
right now.
I think it's 2, but it gives you pressure with blue-white, so you don't have to dirtle forever.
Oh, I let him fetch a response. That was bad. Whoops.
Yeah, we messed up big time.
It's okay. Still get to kill its fairy. Lion Sasho.
Now you got to do some real work. Well, you just bounced. The
Yeah, I was like, what?
Right?
Oh, you pinged off. Okay, that's fine.
That's right. I forgot you had that coming. Two of them. Got answers for both? Hope you do. And you'll have up enough. Wait,
I don't care.
can't you just lose to Saheeli combo now?
Also, you need 7 mana for it.
Oh, I thought it was 6.
Joke's on you.
Well, now you can't.
I'd never lose to that kind of nonsense. Only people with weak. Only people that are weak can do that.
Yeah. Kill that fairy.
All right, if he doesn't concede here, I don't know what he's doing.
Hoping that your clock will burn out in time.
Well, I mean, whatever. Nice play. He's got a round 6 coming at some point.
Oh, baby.
Oh, it's
Not
called.
mystical?
I am playing mystical.
No, you're not. You're playing Aether.
Oh, my bad.
Undo. Please stop.
See, I mean, I could have time
Please
walked.
stop.
I could have time walked him. That would have been even cooler.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why did you do that? Why did you let the trigger
Fetch,
buzz
fetch, fetch, fetch.
Big fucking idiot.
Woo! Yeah, the Wanderer's dope, dude. I want to get the anime one.
Yeah, so do I.
It's pretty cool.
And that's why I don't want to, like...
Right now, the list I'm running only runs 1 copy.
Tony said he has them for trade, but I want the good one.
Can he stop playing Lion Sash? Can we be real? Can we play real cards here, please?
Why would he?
He really likes playing it.
That's fine. I don't know if I'd waste it. I would have offered the block. I know you wouldn't do it, but...
I'm just trying to F6 my turn.
Gotcha. Attack.
And that will be all for me.
I get to make 1/1 soon.
Oh, cool. Then
You only got 1.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
Oh,
a
you're so bad.
that's a power move. I was just showing him who's boss. Okay.
You're so bad.
5 mana, 6 mana, 7 mana. Calls are complete.
Oh.
Who does that
Yeah.
take care of? Well, he's got to kill. I mean, it's handled, I guess. Like, he's gonna kill one of my planeswalkers. Which one is he gonna get? If he actually doesn't attack the right one, like he's got to go specifically for this one because I can make a guy.
Well, you can always put the other one back on top and bounce it.
Yeah, that one's gone. Goodbye.
Yeah, and then you castle Vantress.
I don't need to put it back on top. I just put the germ back in
Oh.
his hand. And then he's got to spend 7 mana to equip it.
Gotcha. Well, you want to keep up your other Teferi still, though, right?
Mhm.
I'm saying you want to keep up the one that keeps him from being able to play.
Yeah, forever. If he would have went after that, I would have made a different choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. You put it on top. So
Yeah, I had it.
I wasn't sure if you put it second top or top.
Yeah, thanks.
Play your land.
The boys are back in
Slang.
town.
Easy wins. 2-0.
Easy game.
Maybe easy life.
Cool. I just like tapping through my turn. I don't have time. I have 4 minutes.
I hate it.
Cycle? Yeah, that's what
Sure.
people
That
with
means
bad
you're
decks.
losing.
That's what people with bad decks do.
That means you're done.
You're done, bud. You're done.
You're done. Oh, he's giving you help.
Thanks, dog. Is that another? Oh, check this
Put
out.
that right on top.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. I don't
See,
even know what that card
I'm
is.
not reading. I ain't reading nothing.
I've never seen that card in my life.
Guess
so
what I'm
you're
not doing? It does something about destroying lands. It's some nonsense. But I ain't reading it.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Is that good?
Oh.
I don't need that. And I don't need the hall.
No, you do. Oh.
Why would I need the hall? I want all these spells. I'm going to fetch that hall
More
away.
damage.
Yeah, I know you're being cute here. I get it. You like...
One turn faster on the clock.
But I want him to suffer through my plays.
Why?
Because I want him to cast that card one more time.
I want it to take forever.
Yes. I could have made two.
Okay.
I could have made 2 guys.
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
care.
you could have.
I want him to suffer. I know I'm not playing out. I know I'm not playing optimally. I don't care.
I hate this. It's not like you don't have time and you have to go fast.
No, I want to punish him for his mistakes of playing me.
This is the mistake you made. You played.
You want to keep
ball.
doing this? You want to
Right,
dance?
now
You want?
draw 3, so you can get Dream Hall. Fetch, please, fetch.
Thanks, Dad.
If you didn't want Dream Hall, put it away.
That's why playing in paper is so much better than online.
No, if you just weren't a dum dum.
No, because I hate clicking. I like just being like, hey, I'm gonna do this. This is the man I have. Plus, brainstorm.
Fetch.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, you're the one screwing up the whole time.
Yeah, you call it screwing up. It's,
Someone's gotta
I call it winning. Okay.
Someone's got to keep you in line.
Thanks, dude. I just want to make sure that my opponent knows that I'm beating him senseless.
While playing. Doing mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
That's fine.
I could have
Oh,
also.
yeah,
I
you
could.
could
I
have.
could have also fate sealed that guy, but I want him to cast it one more time just for me.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, well, you know, 7. That's 7 straight wins with blue white.
Easy.
Maybe I should never get off this deck. What when I finally go against like a real Yorion pile, not these trash buckets. These 4-color Saheelis. When it's just like Ragavan, Ren and 6, Teferi, Omnath. Like that deck is impossible for blue white to beat. You just have no shot because it's like everything's a must answer. You're like, oh, I didn't. You're like, oh, I answered the Ragavan, but they played Ren and 6. Oh, I answered the Ren and 6. Oh, they played Teferi. Oh, my deck shut down. I gotta answer. I gotta spend all turns doing that. Oh, they had Force Negation.
Man.
Yeah. People don't play Ragavan on here
So
though.
good. Huh?
People don't play Ragavan on here.
Because it's like $100.
I just love that deck played Utopia Sprawl, which I think like, yes, it ramps you for a turn, but I think when you're playing Yorion, you want abundant growth. It also fixes, it smooths your mana. I don't care, like, he's got 4 Oath or whatever, and that card makes it so like your Planeswalkers are essentially colorless. They don't cost anything.
Alright, what's the best uncommon card?
Right now? Force Will.
Ever.
Force Will. Well, hold
Okay.
on. Soul Ring. It's also uncommon.
Is that in his thing tomorrow?
Yeah, yes, he's got a Soul Ring in there.
I was reading someone saying that Mishra's factory or Mishra's workshop was an uncommon.
I don't think so. It could be. This is a really bad hand, but I'm keeping it.
All right, let's see. Best uncommons.
Yeah, best uncommons of all time.
Yes.
And an all uncommon cube, it's tough, dude. I don't know. It's like hard to gauge what is the best. Really on camera, dude? Disgusting. I was the pop of the companion, which annoys me. Is this the same? I hope this is the same guy.
Why would it be the same guy?
Search for tomorrow. Oh, this is old school Valakut.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the old Valakut deck. Good draw. So the name of the game against this Valakut deck is make sure Escape Shift doesn't resolve. It's the only card we care about. Yeah.
Mystic Remora.
Are you looking at?
Storm.
Yeah. Search goes up to 4. Plays land goes up to 5. Okay.
Hemin's Aura?
Yeah. That one is like the 3-mana enchantment that allows you to like give the creature that is enchanted Shroud, untap it, and so I think it's got one other ability.
Massacre is sweet.
What's sweet?
Massacre. If your opponent controls the plains and you control a swamp,
Yep.
you can play it for free.
That was played back in the day versus like White Weenie decks.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is good. Well, we got a target for this.
All Magic's uncommon, I forgot.
Yeah, it is. That's in there too.
App size is good.
White Weenie is a good strategy. Burn's a good strategy. Well, Burn's actually not that great of a strategy, but it's okay because you're missing some of the good Burn spells.
Ooh, Compost.
Yeah. There's also like a Reanimator deck that's in there. It's all kind of nonsense. Dwarven guy. Okay.
Do you think he's got Loyal Retainer?
Try the Elysian Grove. Okay. What does you see what that does to the mountains? That was weird. It changed.
Like flip them into a crazy looking color.
It just changed them into not what they were.
Yeah, it makes them look nuts.
Dwarven mine I did not suspect, but I need to exile this, get rid of this Dryad.
Cheap Flux. Him to Tarak is great.
Yeah, it's a real banger. There's a whole bunch of strategies like the aggro decks. You just gotta make sure if you're gonna build like a 3-color pile, you have good early game interaction. Yeah, Teferi goes down to 1. I don't care.
Oh yeah, Ollie's probably gonna play in the pre-modern.
Who?
Ollie. Oliver.
Yeah, Summoner's Pact is fine. Go in Summoner's.
The guy who plays White Green Loam.
Sure.
Oh, your opponent's screwed.
Well, I time locked him for a turn.
Yeah.
I need to just draw spells from here on out. Cause he's at scape. He's at Scape Shift mana.
Yeah.
Come on.
Messing it up again.
This card sucks. I hate playing this on Magical Land.
Like always.
Well, you need it. That was the best draw.
Best draw. Yeah. Just untap 2 blues.
Yeah.
Screw up.
Thanks.
Don't screw up. I've seen you mess it up.
I'll do it again.
I believe.
Yeah, pay for your pack, dum dum.
You had a turn anyways to do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I don't. He's got to make a decision where he's gonna go with this dwarf.
Your face.
He's going after the big Teferi, so I can never alt this. That's good.
That's smart.
Good play. Oh, check that out.
Tapped on one of his greens now.
That's what I am gonna do.
Oh, you wanted to play another one? Nah.
No. I could kill this, but like I don't. This is doing exactly what I want. I'll deal with this one day. I don't need to do it now. It's not relevant. Please pass the turn. Cast. I guess I should have put this in my hand, but because I could have done it. It cost one less. Let me draw a card, please. Thank you. Chalice. I don't know if that does anything. I guess I could put it on 0 for the pact. Just slowly Dwarven. Just housing my deck. Yeah, old school escape shift, it just seems like really bad versus Titan. Like just Amulet. Like you should just be playing Amulet. Your starts are so much more explosive. This is a relic from the past. Hard casting search for tomorrow. You don't have a Valakut and play it? I don't care what you grab. Eventually I'll have to carry it. And then he goes and gets a basic forest. Screw a Tribe Elder.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
All you.
Well, eventually, like he'll hard cast, or he'll just naturally draw. Well, what's it called?
Scape shift.
Not scape shift.
Put it on 4 right now.
Valakut, and he'll be able to use this to double dose me.
Oh no. For 4.
Yeah.
Should have done it.
No.
One day he'll do it.
Does he have any instant speeds I care about? Because getting rid of this Dwarven Mime seems real good. We're gonna do that. Okay.
I was gonna say, are you sure you want to do that? And then
Yeah.
I remembered.
Yeah, counter spell.
Yep. Well, no, yeah, it untaps. I have 2 counter spells.
Yeah, easy game.
Just don't forget to untap your lands.
Oh, I will. I had to make sure to tap that hard one because I want to.
I was about to say, why do you want to do this to yourself every time?
It's practice for the future. Scarboy. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Jace is a 2.
Oh no. Now that you counter.
No, ignore it.
Why?
He's baiting. Okay, that's fine. I thought he was baiting out the I get the Supreme Verdict now.
I was thinking Valakut.
Well, like if I counter this and then he follows up, I don't have mana. I get like horribly punished.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait. Try
Blow the board. Put Chalice on 4.
Mm-hmm.
That would shut everything off in his deck.
Yes.
Except for Primeval Titan, and then he can't win. Because he's just got Primeval Titan. Please put it on 4. Do it for me.
Did I sequence this incorrectly? I did.
Why?
I should have drawn first, then brainstormed. Alright, can we be done with this game? Like, have you had enough? You're hell bent. They always make it like people are weird. Just concede, man.
Well, he can get a 1/1 Dwarf Miner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chalice on 4. Do it for me.
For you, no.
Why?
For me, however, I think I'm gonna do it.
Fuck you.
For me, I think I'm gonna do it. We got this, dude. This game's easy.
Oh, I'm so excited for Chalice on 4.
No, I don't want to do it on 4.
Yes.
It would be the most baller play, but I need to win the game.
It would.
I need to just hit him for 7 and call it a game.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna go play games. See you.
See you, dude. Oh, you're gonna step in for Jeff now that JB's gone. Thanks, dog. You can stay right there. Chalice on 4 is the play. Everyone knows that. It's a great play. 1, 2, 3. No. We're not chalicing on 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. You have double counter spell up. Yeah, he's gonna fetch. Sure. Second Dwarven Mine? Yeah, whatever. One of these and one of these. I can play this next turn. Upkeep. I don't need to stop on his upkeep anymore. Do you think the Dwarven Mine is going to go after the Jace? I think it's going to go after the Jace. He's really concerned about this Teferi, but I don't... Yeah. Can we just pick it up? Thanks, man. I don't need to see his exiled zone anymore. Can you get this the hell out of here? Oh, this got countered by Teferi. I totally forgot that. Huh. I don't know why I forgot that interaction. It's such a sick interaction. Just crossing my eyes. Those halls back. Yeah, see you later, Flooded Strand. We're gonna steal this if he keeps it back at the end of turn. I doubt he will, but I don't care. I do want a Chalice on 4 so bad, but we'll see. I doubt that's where we're gonna go with this. Okay. I'll be taking that. Please give me the mine. Oh, now he's had enough? Okay. Now I see. I always want to demoralize him. Here we go, Aether Gust. Aether Gust. This deck does. I mean, his deck doesn't play Blood Moon, and then the weakest cards in my deck are probably It's honestly Chalice. Chalice is pretty miserable, and then we'll take out the other March of the Outwardly or Outwardly Light. The only card I could probably debate on taking out instead. So these decks, like Red Green Valka, they can bring in Klothys. And that's like a card that I somewhat have to care about. I don't know if he's on a Renin 6, but this looks like a Valka deck from 2014. So just straight up scape shift. So Aether Gust, Counterspell, Archmage's Charm, and then obviously Teferi. He's probably bringing in Veil of Summer, so it's going to be key to get this going. And then obviously using this in combination with stuff. Just keep all the Planeswalker package, and obviously Solitude's my get out of jail free card. Make sure that it doesn't get a Valakut. It's only midnight. Well, that's not too bad. I thought it was. I felt like it's later than that. That's what happens when you play Control. It just feels agonizingly long. Well, this hand is not winnable, so we're gonna be shipping that real fast. So on the draw, his Search for Tomorrow gets if he goes turn 1 search, it does get under the Teferi, whereas the other way around, he does not get to cast it. I get a mulligan. better. Honestly, it's a much better hand. Like, interaction. Yeah, you do what you gotta do, man. I am not interacting with you. Yeah, Stomping Ground, Shock, Search. Good play. That was also a good play, too. Let's get my companion out there. Just keep it there forever. Search is coming in. I'm debating on, like, Aether Gusting that, but I might counterspell it instead. Secure a Tribal there because he's going to go 3. He's almost at Titan. He's in Titan range. Nah, I'm not going to counter it. Thought on it. I ain't going to do that. Let's just keep up. Aether Gust gets, or I believe it gets around Veil of Summer because it's like you and your permanents have Hexproof, not the spell in the stack. So this gets around Veil of Summer, but this does, obviously it just hard counters. And then, you know, if he ends up not doing anything significant, let's put it into play tapped. It does. Okay. So he's going to go to 3, play land 4, go up to 5 with cards like Valakut. Or sorry, not Valakut. Search for Tomorrow is going to resolve. I'm okay with it resolving. I'm actually more afraid if he brought in Thrun, because Thrun will put me on a real clock that I have to respect. Got Third Mountain. I could have sworn this card went and got. Just in my head, I thought you can get things that are not basics. His Dwarven Mine's active for what it's worth. Cinderglade, sure. What are you casting for 5 that you needed to do that? So this hand's like obviously just like answer. Explore is again fine. The card, if he misses a land, it'd be a little bit sus. Okay, the Valakut is live, so. Yeah, we'll counter this. Solitude's a nice one. Honestly, if he doesn't play any, like, even if he plays tight, I might just take it. He's at, like, this is what I was a little bit afraid of. Dwarven Mine, sure. Because I'm probably gonna fetch. I'm gonna fetch, just go get Island. I don't need the double white at this moment. The biggest blow would be if he just like naturally plays a second Valakut, which, because he played Dwarven Mine, doesn't seem like that's going to happen. He doesn't have a 3rd green source, which could be biting him in the ass at some point here. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be okay with that. Curious to see what his last card is. But I'm 5 lands away from, well, 4 now. I'm just dying. I'm glad I Archmage is charmed. Don't miss a land here. That's not good. Well, we'll say go. It's really bad I missed a land. It's really bad. Okay. Well, we're going to take 2, go to 13, and then we're going to have to, I think, the play. I should draw 2. It seems like that should be the play, but I want to take this away so I can stop damage from happening. Any fetch line is obviously just great for him. Yeah. 3 damage brings me down to 10. This is at 7. If he has Veil of Summer, I mean, he has it. I can't do anything about it. This is honestly going to have to probably be played on a different card to gain me some life. Okay. Well, the position stays the same. Don't plan on attacking, and I don't want to get in a range where something more significant happens. I mean, it's just straight block here. 3 red. Hardcast search for tomorrow. I am fine with that because that brings me only down to 7. 7. Yep. I mean, block right away. Alright. I can't afford to miss any more turns here, so... Because I'm effectively at 4. Deck, what are you doing? Man. Alright. I do have another island left in my deck. I can prismatic this, but that just brings me down to 4. Use him to sack it, and then I can attack for 1. I'm probably gonna have to end up solituding here. Yeah, well. Again, we're keeping up the counterspell plan. All of his lands are active now. I mean, if we're gonna pitch a card, it's probably prismatic. I don't want that card as of yet. Jace, I could see an argument to like play it. Again, I'm still at 4 here. Explore. Yep. Could go land. I'm dead. The dream of being able to play the Solitude on time is going to be really problematic. Well, let's just take care of this now. Yeah, that's fine with it. I could have went for the Aether Gust play. Yep. I think I can't just sit here. If I do that, I'm going to die. Alright, so how does this look? If I go this plus, I don't have a white card. I have to bank on drawing a white card so I don't die to it. Land, his deck's all the same spell. I can also play Solitude, go up 1 life, if that's a possibility, and then maybe attack. We're going to go down that route. Yeah, we'll go down that route. I'll have to do any must answers because I'm at, again, 3. Sucks I don't get to play that, but it's the way it goes. I'd like to get this in play after I've hardcasted this. I mean, I don't know what his plays are, so. But he can land, kill me. If he drew his forest, awesome. It time walks him for a turn. I then can play Solitude, bring me up to 4. No Spreading Seas in this deck. Wish. I mean, whatever he's going to go wish for is what I'll handle. I don't know what the card you go grab for wish is, but I didn't see that coming, I can tell you that. Yeah, there's 0 copies of Spreading Seas in this list. Spreading Seas was good for a moment, and it became apparent that it was not needed for, especially now with March. You don't need Spreading Seas, because it was nice being able to hit Urza Sagas all the time, but this card for 1 mana, plus your Teferis can get it. The list goes on and on, and it's just not that prevalent as it once was. But yes, I do, in this one situation, I wish I had a Spreading Seas. So he wished for something and put it in his hand, and I don't know what that card is going to be. Green. Escape Shift for 4. Okay, well, we're gonna Aether Gust it. Yeah, this is not my favorite play. But you know what? Here's the thing. If he keeps putting the Aether Ghost on top, I know that's what he's drawing. Like, that's what I want him to draw. So then it gives me... He did? Okay. That's really good. I can also Aether Gust that. I think that's going to... Hold on. Dry to the Elysian Grove doesn't change anything. It just makes it so he has an attacker. Okay. Oh. That's how it changes things. So this triggers on a mount entering, but I don't think the intervening if clause happens here. That sucks. Because I was hoping to do something different. I'll gain 1 life. Yeah, this is rough. Can't draw a fetch land because it's no longer Alright, actually somewhat of a good land. The problem is to play Jace. I can play Jace and have Aether Gust up. Jace, bounce this. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're not dead, but we're hanging on here. All right, I think we're in an okay spot. I think we're fine. Because his cards are Escape Shift and that card. Yeah, you got Dryad. Keep having him draw that same card. All right, well. That was a pretty good one. I'm short from stopping the Escape Shift. All right. How do I think I have to take 1 more turn to bounce this back to his hand. And in fact, we'll play Kihira, put it in my hand. All right, we're not dead, man. Hanging on because I'm dead to a land. Yep, Dryad. Please go for the Escape Shift. All right, now we'll counter this. All right, well, if he draws well, I'm dead to any land now, so Solitude would be good here. Prismatic's okay. Let's draw 3. Fire Ice is cute. I don't even know what he could brick on, but a boy can dream, right? Fire Ice doesn't do anything. I want to land. I want to hit red, white, blue. Get this. Still just super dead to a land, but maybe he'll brick. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Yeah, being stalled on 3 lands for like the majority of this game sucked, but whatever. Fetch land dead? What? He's got nothing? No way. That's insanely lucky. Whatever. I just got away with one there. Wow. Wow. That's super funny. Okay. Well, that's plus. We have a chance. I don't think it's likely, but we have a chance. Like, a real spell kills me. A land real spell. Dude, no way. Stomping Grounds? Okay. Well, let's hope he bricked. Gain 3. Is it going to be enough? Is the question. Ooh, it's going to be enough, I think. Oh my god. Am I going to get away with this one? We're living. Those are terrible. How do I win this? Well, we can tap this. We'll cast ice. So I go up to 4 here. Valcut's the only thing that double kills me because he gets a double trigger. Can't stop that. That brings me down to 1. I'm okay with Search for Tomorrow. I will go down to 1. If he targets this, so be it. Yep, he's going for the face. Good, 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 good. So I got to time walk him again. Yep. Yeah, he should have not done that. That was real good. We're good, baby. This fetch land I keep drawing is kind of a headache. So I can bounce this, play this, like I could attack with the Solitude, bring him down to... The only card that right now at this moment that kills me is him drawing a Valakut, because I have Counterspell. Alright, let's draw 3 cards. Oh, perfect. We were definitely getting away with murder on this one, I can tell you that much. Again, I'm whoops. Oh, baby. Let's go. Lands don't do it right now because they bring me down back to 1. Scourge Tribe Elder is the same thing. Brings me down to 1. I'm okay sitting at 1. I don't mind sitting at 1. Bounce this. Going after the Solitude. It's fine. All right. Oh, that just get countered him. Let's see what's on top of your deck. Yeah, you can have the Dryad. No. It's not a relevant spell. I don't care. Oh, Jace Fate Seals feels so good. Goes to 6. I just prismatic it again. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, you have a Dryad. I think we have him beat. Yep, we beat him. I mean, we definitely beat him now. Fate Seal. Yeah, you can have Primeval Titan. I know I can deal with that. Prismatic this. Undo. There we go. Easy game. Didn't even break a sweat. Alright. So he's gonna draw Titan. I counterspell it, play it. This game's over. We got it. We did it. Counterspell. Yeah, I had no business winning that game, but that was very lucky. Oh, I love you, Jace. Class act. Love that. Love when you guys do that. You're such a lucky dog, dude. No, you. Very GG. I love Magic Online because of that interaction, that people can talk smack. I said, no, you. I mean, that game, I stalled on 3 lands for 9 turns. Yeah, I didn't play... I played Archmage's turn. Yeah, maybe like 7 turns I was on 3 lands. Even though that wouldn't have made a difference. I did okay, but that's 8 wins in a row with this deck. I love this deck. I'm going to build it in real life. I got to figure out what I got to build for pre-modern. I got to do something here. Because I want to play blue-white. That's okay. The guy was frustrated. I was dead to a mountain like 7 turns in a row. Maybe like 4 turns in a row. But like I had to make bad plays to keep me alive. Like exiling my own guy. And then like he did draw a lot of cards and never drew a second Valakut, so that's like somewhat relevant. And in 2 games, he didn't do anything. Like he didn't play a Primeval Titan on me in a game. Yes, I'll play first. I have to reveal this. Yuck. Better. A lot better. We will be bottoming the hall. Done. Play polluted. Say go. Keep this popped out so I don't forget about it. Burn? Okay. Well, I don't feel so bad because I'm going to prismatic this. Burn is not... This deck is not set up for burn, aside from the fact just having main deck Chalice. So, my best draw here is Chalice, because then I can turn to it. That's an okay draw, too. Let's deal with that. I'm done with that. Play a Flooded Strand, say go. If he plays an Eidolon, like, it's not great. Lava Spike's fine, yeah. Tell me he kept a 1-lander. Alright, we're in the driver's seat. I'm just going to get double Triome. Play that. Alright. We're going to get there. No, we're not. I thought I was going to get there. I was wrong. At least this, like, turbo slows his deck down. Eidolon sucks, but we're going to play Teferi balancing it so I know what his next turn is. Like, I am going to, like, 10 life, 9 life. But this is going to be beneficial to get rid of this. And then next turn I get to slam Teferi. The big one. Supreme Verdict is also fantastic. So I'll be at 11. Yeah, I can also plus it, which is a play I'll probably take opportunity of. Let's grab Hallowed Fountain. No. Pretty good too. I could spend the full mana on this too. Yeah, the Supreme Verdict's always going to cost 4, whereas this can, I can go Teferi this next turn. Ding Dong, another Eidolon, that's fine. Mystic Gate plus 1, blue 3. Plus, that was a pretty good spell. Did I play a land this turn? Yeah, I played Mystic Gate. Yeah. So we'll kill the Eidolon when it comes to attack. I'll go down to 9, and I'm dead to, like, a lot of Boros Charms subsequential, like, hitting me consistently. He's coming after me. Yeah, I mean... It's the same difference. I take 2 regardless. Now he's got a third Eidolon. Okay, Skewer brings me down to 6. Again, I'm not out of this by any means. Like, I can still die to, like, him just hard casting Rift Bolt. Lightning Helix. Okay, like, I'm not out. We can still die here. Plus. That's really bad. My out right now is to have him just brick really hard, but Rifts, Skewer the Critics, Lightning Helix, Boros Charm all do the same thing. I could still die. I think it's beneficial if I draw a card. Okay. So this costs 3. Does he have it? Skullcrack. I thought I was going to get there. That sucked. Yep, okay. Obviously the Aether Gusts, possibly Flusterstorm. I think in this matchup, Archmage's Charm is like pretty bad. Jace is no good. Supreme Verdict can go down to 1, and I'll probably just play this. And the Flusterstorm just gets the rest of his stuff. That was brutal. EE is also something I can consider. Play 1 EE and cut another Archmage's Charm. This card on the draw is, or on the play is like okay. On the draw, I'll probably go down to 0 of them. And that was unfortunate. He had a bad draw, but it was good enough. Just maybe I played in a sequence where it wasn't beneficial. This is a good hand. Problem is I don't want to take any damage, so I have to lead with this, which is not my favorite play because I would love to have led with that. Also, having an opening hand plains is real bad when you have cards like this. Also, I have nothing white to pitch. But if he doesn't go turn 1 creature, then I don't feel like my play was bad. Okay, well that solved all my mana problems. I'm just going to hold up Aether Gust. I'd like to make sure that Eidolon doesn't come down. And when it does, I'd like to be able to Aether Gust it. Yeah, sure. Throw the bolt? Yeah, you got it. Fetch. Yeah, we'll deal with that. I would assume it's going on top, but I don't know. They usually... His deck will probably have Smash to Smithereens. Fire Ice is really nice, too. It's nice, but I can't cast the fire side of it. That's fine. We'll say go. Where did he put the Eidolon? On the bottom. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with that. It makes it so he can't sack this. And if he chooses to sack this, it's great for me. Lightning Helix is fine. Flooded Strand's not my favorite card, but... keep that on 1, and then next turn we can start going into Solitude range. Oh, I have it on 0. Oh, this sucks. That feels really bad to do that. Put it on 0. Man, I hate the way these things play. Yeah, I just assumed it was a Glacial Fortress. That was just terrible. Having this on 0 is miserable. Oh, I mean, benefits. Baited. Ooh, this is an amazing card. Either way, we're flashing in Solitude. Like, if he plays a creature or if he doesn't. If not, we might just flash this guy in. He's drawing a card. Swift Spear, yep. This gains me 2 life, and it might draw out a... Yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to exile this with this. It gains me 2 life, which is really relevant. It's good to know that I think when after this resolves, I gain priority, so he could have totally bolted this. Yeah, he could have bolted that. That was a good learning moment for me. So we'll probably get a Red Saurus. He's got 1 card left, so I'm glad I didn't go the Solitude route. He's got a lot of Sunbakes. Drawing. As much as I don't like this play, I think it's the right play to do. No targets, please. It's probably going to get met with a Lightning Helix. I mean, here's the thing. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. Alright, well. That makes this game simple. I can still die. He's got 2 cards in hand. I'm not out of the woods yet, but any 1-drop with haste I can handle right there. It's perfect. Activate the trigger. Ooh, easy game. Dude, I'm a huge fan of March. This card's just a fan. I love this card. Oh, he's had enough. All right, on the draw. He's got cards like Smash the Smithereens. I mean, on the draw, I think the same iteration. Maybe take out one of these. Yeah, leave it as is. I don't see anything changing here. I could bring Wear and Tear in, but it's not going to do anything. Double Solitude, Prismatic Ending. This is an okay hand. It's a little slow, but we'll keep. So I don't need to stop on their upkeep. Having it starting off with the Shockland feels real bad. Lava Spike, that's the best play. I love that. Gives me an ability to start off with one of these. Okay. Anytime they don't start off with a creature, it makes me real happy. And I think he's going to go Eidolon here. With that Eidolon, I am going to Prismatic Ending it. Or not Prismatic Ending. I probably... another Lava Spike? Okay, so he might just be straight burn. Like all face spells. Okay. Is there a play? Can Solitudes target themselves? I think they can, right? Other, so I can target each other with these. Alright, well. Being at 11 life feels horrible, but hopefully he's drawing all lands. Nice. The straight burn package. Rolling Vortex. Yeah, I mean, I can deal with that. So I'm going to take one, go to 7. Well, I can double whatever. I think there's a real benefit to getting this Teferi down, especially if he spends his next turn playing Rolling Vortex. Teferi is good too. Creatures are annoying. 1-mana spells are annoying. Rolling Vortex is fine. We're gonna Prismatic that. Alright, we're in like a weird spot, meaning that I can use these Solitudes to target one another. Man, me drawing basics is like perfect. It's what I want to do. Yep, I can't gain life this turn. You got it. It's a horrible play that I'd have to make, but we're at the... we could die at something random, so if I have to make that play, that's what I'll do. And I think that play, because they target each other, I can stack the sack triggers, then the exile triggers. 3 I'm at, yeah. Alright, well, I like where that went. Alright, how do I want to play this? I can still make that play that I wanted to play. And because I have Teferi, I don't have to worry. Okay. I will end up losing all my cards and being left with the Solitude. Yeah. Eidolon is perfect. Skull Crack. Okay. Alright. First, let's do the play I wanted to do. So, triggered abilities. I want the evoke trigger first, and then this trigger go here, and then I'm gonna hard cast Solitude. And that's gonna target this guy. That should be the game. What's up, dude? Yep, that's the game for sure. That's 100% the game. Got there, baby. Just hold up Solitude for any other nonsensical reasons. That should be it. Let's go, baby. That's 9 in a row with this deck. Am I just the greatest control player of all time? I don't know. You tell me. We got one more round to go. But yeah, the video from yesterday, we're posting on our YouTube channel. We are getting that started. Well, I should say by we, I mean me. I'm getting that up and running pretty soon here. I want to make some video editing. And yesterday, there's a lot of setup to the podcast. And obviously this overlay that I have currently is not the cleanest. I can do some more stuff here, which I intend on doing. But get a little bit cleaner, I guess. But so I've beaten, what was round 1? I don't remember. Round 1. So I played against Valakut, 80 card, and then I don't remember what I played. I honestly don't remember what I played round 1. I was talking too much with JB. I will say the Wanderer is a fantastic card. I'm a huge fan of that card. I love the way that with all future Planeswalkers, I hope they had a design rather than just the cookie cutter 3 abilities. Here you go. Or, like the biggest upgrade that we've seen aside from that War of the Spark was like, oh, a Planeswalker has 4 abilities sometimes. Like what they did with, is it Saito or is it, I forget his name. Either way, Saito, Tezzeret, the Wanderer, and then I think there was a 4th Planeswalker in the set. Oh yeah, Tamiyo. I like what they did with all 4 of those cards. But they should just keep doing that with all the new Planeswalkers. I think that's a great design. Just Planeswalkers, I mean, how many more abilities can you really make, right? Like that are really different. You could change and tweak the numbers on each card a little bit, but there are abilities you can reference, especially when they do things that are set specific, like when we had an Oko, where it was like, this one's related around food, which we can go beyond that because it's way better than food, but like we haven't had, like, there's always set mechanics that come along with it. There hasn't been like a Planeswalker that just crews vehicles or is like a vehicle master or anything like that. But a lot of them just like draw cards, or make creatures, draw cards, remove guy, discard, interact with the opponent's hand. Reveal Kahira, the big boy. Like this hand, turn 1. Like Prismatic is always just like a good feeling to have. So we'll lead off with Polluted, just because this can go get a Plains. So we'll lead off with the Polluted because we're going to be grabbing a Triome, probably a Plains. Well, maybe not a Plains. We'll see. We'll see what these guys lead off with, which will make my decision. He is mulliganing down to 6. Lead with that and say go. Going to grab a Triome. Verdant Catacomb. Is this going to be Jund? Because one of the best, it's either Jund or just straight Rakdos. Inquisition? Yeah, okay. Counter, I would assume it's one. I mean, it has to be one of these 2 cards. If I would assume, based on his hand, if he gets rid of it, yeah, okay. Doesn't want counterspell happening. Got it. I hope this is just straight up Jund. That would be a nice little break. Blue-white is notoriously great against Jund decks. Always. Especially with Verdant Catacombs. Usually if it's just... I mean, it could be that. But and if he's got turn 2 Dashed Monkey, like, I'm not happy, but whatever. Yep, this is black-red. Jund typically doesn't... Yeah, with Kroxa. So, do I want to show him the island? Yeah, we'll pitch the island. Okay. Kroxa's like a non-card versus Prismatic Ending decks. It's so cheap to like just handle. I don't think that deck plays Blood Moon. But in the case that if it did, I'd like to grab an island. So fetching was nonsensical there. Alright, that should be... I don't want to draw any more lands. Secret... Oh, this is Jund. Liliana of the Veil. Okay. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Jund, but yeah. I like it. I like where his deck's at. Archmage's Charm would have been nice last turn, but I'll make do. I'll grab a Plains with this. I'll see you later, Lily. So me and JB talked about this. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be Shadow. Me and JB talked about Liliana and the return of it. This is the old school Jund. I'm a huge fan of this. I also believe I can steal... No, it's not land permanent. Take it back. Never mind. Dude, Raging Ravine is just such a bad card nowadays. It really, really is. Like, you can't... I don't see a world where you can justify playing that card. It just seems terrible. With a world full of Solitudes, no way. Spending 4 mana on... Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jund from 2013, and I wish it could be a deck that could remain in the current ether. And it looks like he has upgraded it. In the current iteration, it's just not a good card. I mean, I'm afraid that he's going to Bloodbraid next turn, but whatever. Bloodbraid's a 3-2 that I can barely handle. If he Bloodbraids into... What is the one card I don't want to see? Bloodbraiding into Inquisition... Because I think he takes my Archmage's Charm, which, whatever. Does he have Kulligan's Command? Because I think he's thinking about returning a creature and making me discard a card. I think that's his play right here. Because the priority is on him, so I don't know what he's doing. But this is telegraphing to me that he's got Kulligan's Command. He's going to make me discard a card, which if I'm going to discard one, it's probably going to be the Prismatic Ending. If his last 2 cards are specifically Bloodbraid Elf and Kulligan's Command, okay. If he was thinking about it, that was his time to do it. BB. What's up, girl? Inquisition. I can tell you this. That was like the one card I didn't want it to be. I'm going to draw 2 cards. All right. Well, it's a good draw too. I'm taking 3, going to 11. I'm going to be solituding. He's got Kroxa up and running. So, like, I do need to be aware of that card for a little bit. So I'm at 11 here. I get to Solitude next turn, getting rid of that. Ugh. Well, we'll just pass the turn, and if I go to 8, I go to 8. Well, I got a great card for Kroxa for me to discard. It's a great card. So I'm willing to take 3 here. Yep, I'll go to 8, then play Solitude. I'd like to see what his follow-up play is. This hand's all gas. Yeah, Ren and 6. Picking up the Verdant. The one card I would like to not have to face would be Terminate. Giving me a little bit of a life buffer is really nice too. Maybe I should have put this on too. I don't think so. That deck plays Call Guns Command. All right, Teferi. Solitude number 2. It's good. Looks good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's short and he's exile 5 other cards. So that comes into play. I can exile it with Solitude again. I really want to get this Raging Ravine with Solitude. That would make me have a grin on my face, like, I did it. So there is a possibility I could run into. Well, if he taps out for Kroxa, it's just going to be correct. Give him 6 life. Let's start getting after this, and then take my licks from this for the time being. But eventually I'll be able to deal with this with cards like March. Man, Jun should just, I think if you're going to play Jun today, play 0. Oh, he's at 5 now. But if you're going to play Jun today, make sure that you're playing 0 Raging Ravine. It does not belong in that deck any longer. It's an old relic. Get it out of there. Like this, in the current metagame of where it exists, Bolt's at an all-time high. Solitude is just an amazing card, and now there's March that gets ran around. Plus, Fire Ice can embarrass it. Like when you animate it, like just tap it. That card just needs to go. Like don't. Like do not play Raging Ravine. It coming into play tapped is significant. You saw that because he drew it and it wasn't able to play Bloodbraid on turn 4, which could have done more damage to me. I mean, this Kroxa going away makes me happy. If he's got another bolt, he's got another bolt. Yes, you should be playing, if you are going to play a version, you should be playing Den of the Bugbear. That card is awesome because it's a 3/3 that creates tokens. I believe them, if I'm not mistaken, it makes 1/1s, right? He's going to gain a massive amount of life. Yeah, see you later, Chalice. I could put Chalice on 1, but we are just not in that realm. Draw land, get this in my hand. Yeah, I think it's a 3/3 that makes a 1/1, and I think the animate cost is not like particularly crazy. Okay. Land was good. And here's why. Grab an island, use all the islands to bring this into my hand. Play this for white, tap. Now this is a 4/3 with Vigilance. Attack Ren in 6. We gain 4 life. I feel like we're in the driver's seat. Alright. I have a backup button here. Again, like, as soon as I draw a Jace the Mind Sculptor, a Teferi, I feel like I'm going to, or even the Wanderer, I feel like I'm just going to absolutely win this game. Like, again, Ancient Relics. Yeah, that's fine. Bye-bye. Card that doesn't give lifelink. Call Guns Command? No way. Oh, double. Sick play. That was good. He does have 2 Planeswalkers in play to my 0. Castle Vantress, I'm going to wait. Because if I do end up drawing a Teferi, I'll just, like, clean house for the game. You know? Okay, well, we can take a turn off. I don't have any man lands of any sort. This is great against any relevant creature that he could play, or even 1-mana kill Raging Ravine, which he's probably going to end up animating. So, yeah, see you later, Supreme Verdict. Bye-bye. Yeah, pick the land up. Liliana of the Veil, I used to think was not bad. I don't think it's good. Like, it just doesn't make sense in the current metagame. Like, it's performing here somewhat, but I don't even feel like I'm that far behind. Yeah, so I'm going to show you a prime example why we don't play Raging Ravine. That card, cut it from your Jund decks today. It's just not a real card anymore. This card is seeing play. It sees plays in multiple things. Like, just don't play Raging Ravine. Tap lands are just not what you want to be doing. Plus, like, his deck should have Ragavan. And there we go. So, again, like, Bloodbraid is the foil to what I'm going to be doing here. And if he does end up drawing, like, if he ends up going, like, Kolaghan's Command up draw step, which looks like he does have. Yep. Sick play. Yeah. I mean, that was insane. Insane draw. Nice. Again, we're not out of it. Like, he's got 2 permanents that I can draw a Prismatic Ending to get right back into. A Solitude would be okay against any creatures he would draw. He is going to maximize his, like, lands here, but his Kolaghan's Command not getting the maximum value is like, ugh. And the perfect draw. Come on, man. And Bolt. Jeez Louise. Talk about the nut. Like, the stone perfect draw. Kolaghan's Command into Bloodbraid into Bolt. Man, whatever. This was going to be able to kill my Jace anyway. So that Jace draw actually would have been just negated by Liliana the Veil. Alright, what are my outs here? I'm probably going to lose here. Especially because Ren and 6 just can start pinging me. Yeah, that's fine. We both discard. Alright, what is the ideal draw here? I like both these cards a lot. I want to put Otaro there and this. Go to 2. I mean, it looks like I'm dead this game. Any Bolt beats me. The other guy beats me. If he still keeps plussing with this, I would be very surprised. He should just ping, ping, ping. Season, yeah, I'll concede to that. I know it's on top of my deck. Aether Gust, Aether Gust, Aether Gust. These Chalice of the Voids are terrible. We'll bring in Rest in Peace. I like Rest in Peace in this matchup. It's got Goyce, Ren and 6s, Kolaghan's Command. What's the other card's name? Fire Ice is probably at its absolute weakest in this matchup. Other than that, like, there's not much I would change. Maybe cut a Supreme Verdict. Yeah. Got a little unlucky there with him having that timely Kolaghan's Command, but that would have been met by the Bloodbraid Bolt anyway, so that didn't matter. But yeah, with blue-white, Jund typically tends to be a really good matchup, especially in the old Cryptic days where you were able to like 1-for-1 them, and you're a 1-for-1 fiend, you know. Just the double Bloodbraid was good. I'll keep. Not that I'll keep. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Again, this deck has so many damn discard spells. So that was a good showing of Liliana the Veil. I still think Liliana the Veil is bad. Raging Ravine, again, if you are playing that card, get that out. See you later, Counterspell. Castle Heart of Veil would be really nice too. Seems really good against him. Got rid of Archmage's Charm. That was an insane draw too. And maybe I should have played Counterspell. That was a bad play in hindsight. Well, he can't run in 6 because he let off with this, so great play, Tino. Actually, I'm brilliant because he let off with the wrong one. T-Goyf, yeah, that's fine. Rest in peace. I like that card a lot too. Like to lead off with this. Next turn. So we have the counterspell for his next play. And if he doesn't counterspell, we can then get rid of the Goyf if need be. I'm still banking on just drawing Rest in Peace to just nullify this card. And because he let off with a foil swamp, his deck is pretty medium. Yeah, I'm good with countering that. That I'm okay with. Pretty good draw. So, fun fact about Teferi, this does not allow him to Bloodbraid. He can't cascade in the next spell. We'll play this, and we will bounce the Goyf. Maybe I should have done this first. So I'm assuming Bolt's going to happen here, and then a Goyf. Yeah. Sup, Gangnam Style. Alright, Rest in Peace was the ideal draw there. Too bad we can't. I really want this Teferi to stick. I'm going to hit Rest in Peace first. Nice 0-1. Nice 0-1s. That's funny. Cycle this. Okay, we're good. We're real good. Yeah, Jund is just not in a good spot nowadays. Untap 2 lands. Like, he could draw like Assassin's Trophy, but I think at this point the Assassin's Trophies are gonna go here. But again, he's got Croaks on his deck. Yeah, he's God of the Mighty have fallen. Alright, he's had enough. Flusterstorm doesn't do what I want it to do. Fire Ice is maybe better than Supreme Verdict on the draw. The only reason I say that is because sometimes they minus to the Lily, and I want to be able to ping it for 1. So I might bring one of these in and keep 1 and 1. I don't need Supreme Verdict. Again, it's just his deck's all 1 for 1. I have yet to see Ragavan. No, Jund has the worst mana base, and based on the amount of man lands he plays and double black cards, there's no way he's on that. I mean, if he's on Blood Moon, he's gonna get me. I'm okay conceding that point. There's no way. With Liliana of the Veils, yeah, there's 0 shot. No way. This is a really strong opening hand. I'll keep this. I don't have a second white card for this, but I will eventually. Yeah, I mean, he's going to look at my hand and see a handful of piss, so. He's going to, if he takes the Gust, that indicates he's got Ren and 6 next turn. He takes the counterspell. Okay. Ooh, what a fucking draw. What a draw. What a draw. Lead off with that, get a Triumph, Shock, Rest in Peace. Hopefully just make sure that Goyce and all that stuff don't exist anymore. I'm hoping this gets Assassin's Trophied. Shakaru. Kroxa. Tarmogoyf. He is not going to be happy when I do another Rest in Peace. Oh, man. Jund is just not... You shouldn't... Just don't play Jund. I don't know how else to say it. I was like, he's stopping on my draw step? Okay. Alright, there you go. Have your O1s all day. So I still need to draw a land to be in this game, but even if I don't draw a land, I feel like it can be somewhat competitive. Yep. So I would assume Liliana is coming down, and with Liliana coming down, that's where I really need to make sure I hit lands. When he chooses to discard, I will be discarding a Solitude. He also has to discard as well. Liliana? Yes. Okay. Ashiok. Okay, so fetch land is not good for me. Okay. Alright. So I'm glad I brought that Fire Ice in. Whew, now I feel like I can't lose anymore. I'm in a good place. We're good. We're good. Counters, counters, counters for days. He probably, I would assume he's got Veil of Summer. Inquisition. Yep, that's fine. Cat, come on. Down goes an Archmage Charm. Yeah, there's no shot there on Blood Moon. I should be on Blood Moon. With cards like Kroxa and that just like not being effective in this matchup either is pretty important. Like he is milling me 4, which, you know, whatever. And his Goyfs are laughable, so. Baron Moore, yep. I am going to be drawing 2. Again, I just want to get to that critical mass. Teferi is a great one. Couldn't ask for better draws. Let's just put it that way. Oh! I can't do anything with this. Stupid Ashiok. I don't know why I thought I could do something with that. Oh, man. Ugh, Ashiok. Ugh. Ashiok's really good. Well, at least I got all 3 of my colors for now. Ugh. That one hurt. Liliana, sure. Oh, dude, that Ashiok really hurt me. That shook me into my core. No fetch lands. I should have been smarter than that. That was a really bad play by me. Put this into my hand. Oh, man. I really thought I was like, oh, I'm in the driver's seat. I'll just play Jace here. No. I should have left that fetch land there. The fact that he's going so low with this is really surprising. I mean, I have my win condition, so like next turn I can go this card if I have to. I don't want to. Kroxa's fine. Kroxa will be getting rid of my Aether Gust. I believe my cards are better than Aether Gust right now. If I discard a card, it would be a Solitude. Is he going all the way with those? I mean, I'm out of Solitudes for what it's worth. A shock land, basic land, just not fetch land. Love it. Yes. Plus. Brainstorm. Well, I know the cards I'm getting rid of I won't be getting back, so. And this is where Liliana just tends to be a little weak. He's not going to be happy with this. I am going to lose a Planeswalker, but he's not going to be happy with what happens with either of them. I wonder if he'll go for the Teferi. Well, actually, I can get rid of it if I get rid of the Wanderer here. Yeah, so he made a it does, because I have this, it doesn't work that way. I mean, I don't see me losing this game anymore because I should be able to draw land off of it. Kill this. Yep. It's gonna plus getting rid of my counter spell. Yep. That was really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, we'll do that. I can't imagine him not just slamming. We just get this. We just get this going. Just disregard this, because at least. All right, so he might brick for a turn. I don't know. It's hard to say. He could try to mill me. He'll give me the 18, but if I get this Teferi ever to come down, I can infinitely Teferi Tuck, and as long as I have a second Planeswalker to just ultimate, I will not lose the mill race. So if he's gonna Liliana, what's his plan with it? And if he's gonna if he's gonna allow me to buy time, I can do okay. All right, I need to look at my deck. I don't care about my companion anymore. Okay, so I have one island in play. I still have one island remains in the deck. I still have one. Alright, I still have Castle Vantress that exists. I still have one more Castle Ardenvale that exists. I still have. I have one. Well, I think he's looking to sack with his Liliana, because at this point he either lets me sack a creature. Okay, so let him make the decision here. Okay, Kihira, this. I'm gonna choose pile 1. Oh, what the hell? God damn it. Son of a bitch. That is so annoying right now. I wanted pile 1. The way that Liliana's worded is it's stupid. It's a bad wording of the card. That is so annoying. How big is this? I wanted the whatever. Bloodbraid? No way. I was like, no way you have Bloodbraid. Come on. Whatever. I lost. That's game. You got it, dude. I'm done. Alright, we went 4-1 with this deck. Yeah, that sucked. Like, Jun's typically not a bad matchup. Prismatic Ending would have been awesome against him. It's okay. That's the way it goes. Even if I chose the right pile, I mean, it wouldn't matter. The guy in 16 cards drew double Bloodbraid. He did play his Bloodbraid poorly, but this deck's super sweet. I would take this to any tournament. It's really good. This is the list here. You got 26 lands. Of them, 7 of them are fetch lands. I ended up fetching one away. It was pretty poor. Yeah. I had a lot of draws there that were not lands, but the fact that I drew a double fetch land to not slam this Teferi to tuck the Liliana, that would have been the game there. It's unfortunate. That's the way it goes. Just that Liliana did give me the business. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, sucks. Him having his Planeswalker control deck versus my Planeswalker control deck. Typically, the blue-white one that draws all the cards ends up winning. Why he brought Ashiok in against me? I mean, it was really effective. I don't know if Ashiok's right in that matchup, only because it's like it stops me from searching, which I do. Again, I have 3/7 fetch lands, which can be relevant, but with cards like Archmage's Charm, Teferi, Jace the Mind Sculptor, the Wanderer, and even Big Teferi, I'm just not in a position where I'm gonna lose in the card advantage race. And his only card advantage that exists in the current or his Jund list, first he should have had Ragavan. If he doesn't have Ragavan, inferior list. That's just unfortunate. This card's price tag on Magic Online is 400 tickets, so I understand that. But the only other card advantage they get in that matchup is Wrenn and 6, and it's Wrenn and 6 in combination with Bloodbraid Elf. And Bloodbraid Elf has kind of come back into the fold of it all, but I don't know. We got unlucky with that last Jund matchup, and so the way that Liliana is worded, I think it's like when you play Fact or Fiction, it's choose the pile that you want to keep. And with Liliana, how it's worded, it's choose the pile you want to sacrifice, which is just weird wording, but it's like if you don't know, you don't know. Now I know for Magic Online, because it's like you in heads up play, you would just go, hey, I want to keep this card. Because I would at least been able to cast Rest in Peace, and then his Goyf's an 0-1, but he was going to draw into a Bloodbraid Elf, which would have led to a different game state. But that's the way it is. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching. In 2 days, we went 9-1 with this iteration of the deck. I think it's fantastic. And again, if you're going to be playing Jund, make sure you get your Ragavans and make sure that you get your Raging Ravines out of that deck, and probably Liliana. Even though Liliana it did some work, it's just Liliana's a relic of the past. Don't play it. All right, guys. Take it easy.